like if you're just like driving, Jed, along a fucking road or whatever, like,
okay,
where are you less surprised to see somebody just naked, like by the beach or in the woods?
Beach, because at least they have a reason to like jump in the water, right? Not get their clothes wet. But the woods, you're like, is that a fucking fairy or fucking nymph or some shit like that? And the fucking coming out, you know?
You see somebody naked in the woods is like something definitely went wrong.
I was gonna say, actually,
yeah.
If what do you think is more unusual to see, like an old dude running through the woods naked, or like a young chick running through the woods naked?
Oh, the old guy without a doubt. Dude. Yeah, because he could, like, the chick is the only one that could pull off the farce and shit, and you could buy it. You know, like they could both, in theory, be out there for the same reason,
right?
You know, but it's only okay for one of them.
that one sets off the spidey sense. See, now if I saw a naked dude running through the woods, like with blood on him and claws out of his hands, I'm like, oh, all right. That's normal.
follow that man. We're going on high adventures.
Right. But some just old dude like shambling along, you know, looking, and you know, well, he got lost.
Well, just wait. You got to look for the claws. It might be in the old man Logan universe.
Right. Yeah. Right.
See fucking old man Logan at the nudist colony with his bush because he can't trim his
right.
He just his bush looks just like the fucking hair on his head. His dick got that little like wings, those little wings on his side.
I see with his chops, like chops on his legs, you know.
No, the chops are on the balls.
I'm the best at what I do.
Can't wait to tell my girl I'm gonna trim my fucking. I'm gonna shave my fucking private parts in the fucking Wolverine hair, man. Oh shit! Thanks to everybody who stuck around for the end.
That's the singer. We're gonna put that right in the beginning, right, Levy?
Oh yeah.
Welcome. You have now tuned in to the Blackout and Shout podcast with your host, Mike Kincaid.
Can I tell you that Baby Yoda just annoys the shit out of me?
That's because you haven't watched The Mandalorian. Oh, look at Baby Yoda, so cute. Levy Curry.
Some people do all sorts of crazy stuff, like dinosaur romance novels. Those are really a thing. Taken by the T-Rex. A billionaire dinosaur forced me, ravaged by the raptors.
I wonder if there's audiobooks of them. And Jed Vargo.
He was always like well known for wearing the Nazi outfit on.
Captain Kangaroo?
Captain Kangaroo.
Didn't he have the...
Yeah, no. And he did not dress up as a Nazi either.
So sit back. Mike, are you... Listen to me. Relax. Say transform and roll out.
And enjoy the show.
So what am I doing now? I'm hosting?
Yeah. Sounds good.
I think you and Mike should do rock, paper, scissors and see who wins.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Like audio wise, you go 1, 2, 3, and then you say what it is, and then whoever wins has to host or loses has to host. Ready?
No, I'm fine.
Yeah. Here we go. Ready?
He's already conceding.
Yeah,
audio rock, paper, scissors is a new thing. I think we should do that. Let's go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
What are we doing?
After I say 3, you yell out what it is you're going to do the rock, paper, scissors. You either yell out rock, paper, or scissors, and Michael, you do the same, and whoever loses.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever going to. I don't think that's ever going to catch on.
That's not ever going to be a thing, Jed.
Dude, it'll be a big hit. We'll start a trend.
No.
How do you know if you don't even try it? I feel like I'm talking to my kids.
Pretty sure that it's never going to be a thing, Jed.
Eat
I've
that
never
cream
had
corn.
I've never had I've never had barbecue sauce on a turd before, but I'm willing to bet that I will not like it.
I'm telling you,
I didn't like it.
No,
eggplant is delicious. Eat it.
Let's not do it.
All right, what episode are we on?
153.
153. Wait a second.
Yeah.
If I haven't hosted since 150 and it's 153 and you hosted twice, then shouldn't it be Mike's turn? Just saying. I mean, I'll host. I don't care. You know what I mean? But
this is where the rock paper scissors would have came in well.
I've actually given up on trying not to host because it's like, you know, after the first 35 seconds, it really don't matter anymore.
That's the only reason I'm still on this show.
Yeah.
All right, what is it? 153 you said?
153.
Yeah, fucking A. Yeah. Hello and welcome to the Blackout and Shout podcast, episode number 153. I am your host, Levy Curry, and sitting across from me virtually, as always, Mr. Jed Vargo. Jed, how you doing
Yo,
tonight?
what's up? All right, I'm doing good. Getting over my allergic reaction to pollen, but
that's unfortunate.
I'm doing all right. Very fucking busy, but I have to make sure I'm for the podcast. Unlike some people, and
wow,
you know, it's for you,
the people.
Yeah, right.
So you know, got to keep my perfect record of attendance going.
Oh, yeah. And sitting across from Jed, virtually, of course, good friend of the podcast, Mr. Mike Kincaid.
He said I was sitting across from you, but not him. Like,
yeah. Mike's our guest host tonight.
Yeah, good friend of the podcast.
Good friend.
In no way created this whole thing.
No.
6 years, almost 6 years listening, right? Yeah. Long time fan.
First time, long time. First time, long time.
I mean, Josh was there before you, but you were there, so.
Right.
You know what? So, Jed, shoutouts, hauls, plugs. Did you get anything?
Let me open my notes here. Well, let's see. So, fuck you,
Look, I was
John.
just being polite. Let's move on to Mike.
All right, go ahead. Fuck it.
No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
No, fuck you. Now I'm not telling you what it is.
No, please tell everyone.
Be Mr. Funny Host all of a sudden? Sure. Go ahead. Pass.
You gotta be like oh man, who was T.O.'s agent when T.O. was in the driveway doing sit-ups and shit? And
I hope you're not asking me.
Nah, I thought maybe oh man, he's the super agent, man, for the football. Like half the NFL uses
Jerry Maguire?
No, Rosenhaus when they were having that press conference and they kept asking him questions about T.O. and you just kept going, next question. Next question.
So, Hall, shoutouts, plugs, Jed, for real this time.
Fuck you, John Bailey.
All right.
I didn't get really too much of anything. I've been mostly getting just like show stuff. So I haven't getting any like action figures or anything like that lately.
Show stuff?
The Japanese Hot Toys source has kind of run dry. So I've haven't gotten anything lately from there. But I haven't really gotten any shipments of anything in. Been kind of like taking it easy, I think, on stuff. I don't know if I guess maybe I just kind of pulled back a little bit on some stuff where I'm just not I'm not excited about it, like really anything that came out. The only thing I'm actually looking forward, it was for those NECA Mirage Turtles. Whenever those get announced, I'll suck those. Oh, I pre-ordered stuff and there's stuff in my pile of loot, but nothing that I got delivered yet. So I was hoping that I would get that Midnight album tonight, but that's actually coming tomorrow instead. So that's a bummer. Shout out to our sponsor, Hidden Toys. Hidden Toys, imagination on display. For all your robots and superhero, check out hiddentoys.net. And in 2 weeks, or maybe a little under 2 weeks, go to RetroCon in Oaks, Pennsylvania, if you have time, where Hidden Toys and Mike's, what are you calling yourself nowadays? Is it Angel Downstar or Angel?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Star Inc.
No, it's still Dragon Star.
Reflector Inc. Dragon Star Files, right? Something like that.
You know that name never changed. like I picked the name and stuck with it.
I know. I'm like, what's his alias this week? No. So Mike and I will be sharing a booth. Not actually a booth, but 3 booths. Yeah, it's be pretty cool. You should go to that convention, Levy, because it is so much. You should go. Every year I always say you should go. That would involve
going out in public.
Yeah, it's really.
Yeah, I'm with him, man.
Con. Out of all the ones,
I don't go out in public anymore.
Yeah, neither do I. But it's actually
clearly you do if you're going to a convention.
Well, wait. Let's back this up. Let's back this up for a second. Levy, are you being? I can never tell when he's being serious or not.
This is the longest Hidden Toys ad ever.
Are you really not liking going out in public anymore? Is that really
damn right?
Thing? Damn no, are you're serious?
I'm dead serious.
I'm with him. So I'm sitting in the car right next to him.
Why would I want to leave the house ever?
Not even for a con?
Yep.
What's that, Mike?
Not even for a con?
Nope. I am done with cons.
No, you're not.
Absolutely, I am.
He's got that facetious voice on right now.
No, I'm dead serious.
I think he's serious.
Mm-hmm. Why is that?
Just don't want to go out in public anymore. Let me tell you, I was basking like a lizard in the sun, or in the desert sun during 2020 when we were locked up.
Well, more like a heat lamp because it's indoors.
Yeah, you're right. Bad analogy.
I said the same to Vanessa about 2020, about how it was like a pretty good year for, like, outside of all the bullshit with the virus and all that stuff. Like, but for us, it was a good year. But it's not that I don't like going out in public, but I did like having the excuse of not having to go do anything with anybody and using the excuse of, well, the virus,
It was a good year except for that pesky plague going around.
Yeah, but I had no idea. I didn't know that you were that antisocial these days.
Yeah, that's me, Mr. Antisocial.
I don't leave the house either.
And I love it.
I actually went outside to like the hose and stuff. And the setting sun, the western sun was hitting my skin in it, and I was like burning. And I'm like, ugh, I hate the sun. Need to be in the shade.
I like going out at night. Like
if I knew being a shut-in was this fantastic, I'd have done it years ago.
Yeah.
So Levy, let's hypothetically say TFCon next year they have it in Philly.
Uh-huh.
You're not going.
Probably not.
Really?
Cons are just no, they're just, it's too many people there.
Wow.
Too many people.
Huh. I did not know. I didn't know it was like that now.
I find the rest of humanity to mostly be despicable, and the less contact I have with people, the better.
I find them to be also not quite as intelligent as what I remember.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So, and this is not a knock on my friends. I would love to see my friends, but that also means having to be around a whole bunch of other people that are not my friends. So,
man. All right. Well,
I hear you. Is awesome.
I hear you, and I completely get it. But I don't know. Like, I always say that I don't like people, but then I enjoy the shit out of cons because I do like meeting new people on the off chance that there are some cool people mixed in with all those new people.
Yeah. If I were to ever go to prison, I would ask for solitary confinement.
Yeah.
What a great idea.
just punch the first motherfucker in Gen Pop when they throw you in there.
Well, that ain't going to give you that ain't going to give you. You got to shank him, kill him.
Or you could hit the guard, punch the guard. That'll probably put you in solitaire.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but only temporarily. You need to do something permanent.
Break the warden's nose.
Or shank the warden.
Yeah. That'd probably get you the chair.
Well, you got to do it in a state where they've abolished the death penalty, or there's a moratorium. Like in Pennsylvania, I think there's still a moratorium on it.
Yeah, but then you probably get Epsteined.
Only if you're important. I'm nobody.
Yeah, there's all those. Remember those stories, Levy? You'd hear about like the old guy that was like living all alone in a cave on the mountain somewhere.
Yeah,
those dudes had it fucking late.
Yes, they did. So anyway,
they were considered like wise, and people had to go see them. They had to come to them, right?
I'm a little bothered. I'm a little bothered by all this.
Yeah,
I am, because like just really, it's like the last con that I was at, that Levy was at, which was which one?
2019.
Levy? 2019. Was that the DC one or was that the Chicago one?
The DC one.
That was the DC one. So that was the last con.
Yeah, me too.
I was going to be out with Levy.
Yeah, it's when we were doing it.
I wouldn't say it's the last one, but
Well, it sounds like it.
I mean, never say never.
You do you, Levy. It just sounds like I don't know. That sounds like a lonely existence, man. I mean, I know you got April there and all that shit, and you can interact with people on the internet, but I don't know. Not interacting with real live people it feels weird to me.
It's heaven.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Believe me, I see both sides of the coin. Believe me. I just, I think you're letting the 30% cunts ruin the other 70% of non-cunts.
I don't know. I think the ratio's a bit higher, man.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think the percentage is slid a little bit more toward maybe 40, 60.
Nah, I disagree. I don't think that over half of every person you see is an asshole.
Well, maybe not an asshole, but
I'm approaching 75%, man.
I think their IQs have dropped drastically in the past few years. So most people that I see are either dumb or they just don't understand anything at all anymore.
Well, if you're out there listening to this, all you fucking idiots, make sure you stop by Hidden Toys.
HiddenToys.net. Come buy my shit and I'll send it to you.
Hopefully you're,
but not in person.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're dumb enough to buy multiple items.
Listen, just go to the website, order it from there, and then we won't have to see each other at RetroCon. What a great advertisement. I need to can that and just fucking play it everywhere on the radio and everything. Don't buy them. Don't show up. Just buy the shit online.
Levy, when we're in our booth together, Levy, at RetroCon, I'm gonna stand there with a sandwich board and it is gonna say, "This man has AIDS and COVID," and it's gonna be an arrow pointing over at Jed's side.
I'm gonna point. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna point, and then I'm going to put all the Bayverse art over on your side and say, "Look, this man likes Michael Bay." I will ruin your reputation forever.
Well, you know what? Me and Jed will fuck with each other both days, and we'll leave there. It'll be like that dog and that wolf and shit in the cartoon that kick the shit out of each other, and then at the end of the day, they're like,
Fred, Sam. So
Jed, how much did you guys made? It's like, oh, Jed made $15. I made 18. It was a 2 days well spent.
I'll be like, Mike, what happened to your display? It's all ripped down. Oh my god. Some vandals must have came in the middle of the night. I could put what I could do, Levy? I'll just put shit up behind his display, but up in higher up, advertise weird shit, like fucking My Little Pony and the weirdo fucking stuff that I could put up there for him.
I'm not above coming over on your side and shitting on the floor.
Yeah, I'll sell that though. I'd be like, Mike Kincaid, feces, $25. I'll call it fake 1980s fake dog poo.
Somebody would buy it and I would be mad that I didn't sell it myself.
Speaking about funny things that I sold, I just sold my Nirvana cassette for $25 on Macari.
Good Lord.
Nirvana cassette.
For $25, someone bought that.
I didn't realize there was such a mark for obsolete music technology.
Apparently, I guess if you're a Nirvana fan.
Whoever bought that has a closet full of flannel.
and a shrine to Kirkin in there as well.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That was like, I don't know if you guys remember or not, but like all the women back in the 80s were like, in the 90s it was, were all like high up on like getting every single Kiss thing like known to man. Like you got to buy all the Kiss albums, got to buy all the Kiss 8 tracks and the cassettes and everything they could find.
Right.
Concert t-shirts, all that shit.
All that shit, tough guy.
I wonder if there's a market for that. I guess I should check on that. I still have like my old Pyromania concert Def Leppard shirt that my brother had from like the 1980.
Dude, people buy the dumbest shit, man. You'd be surprised. Like just because you think it's fucking goofy, don't mean that some other dumb motherfucker ain't out there. Like,
no, I had an estate sale for 3 weeks in a row. I've seen people come and buy stuff that they would normally not buy, and I just didn't understand it. I found out what carnival glass. Do you know what that is?
A what? You broke up. A what?
Carnival glass.
Carnival glass. No.
Apparently, like back in the 70s, early 80s, at carnivals they would give you prizes, and they were this like multicolored glass dishes or bottles or whatever. And apparently the way they made it is they like blew mercury inside of it and heated it up. Yeah. I'm like, oh, well, that's nice. I'm glad that's here. So I don't think you really are supposed to have been drinking or eating from those things back in the day. So that's probably where a lot of cancer came from. Yeah. It reminded me when the guy was telling me about it, all I could think about was that weird news story you were telling that one time, Levy, about the what was it? The fucking drinks that they made out of like plutonium or some shit. Radium. That's it. Yeah, right. Because that was cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so back to my my hauls and stuff like that. I didn't really get anything, but I got some cool stuff for the show. I just gotta get myself an extension cord yet, and that's it really.
Brother Kyle was here and he said he's gonna bring his Keurig to the show or whatever. So we have, I told him, I said I'll grab some cups and shit for that too, man. I'm all for having coffee there. And then he's like, yo, man, maybe we could like, sell coffee at the booth.
I think they frown on that.
Yeah, I think they would probably frown on that too. It was very entrepreneurial of you to think about it though.
A little too entrepreneurial.
Yeah, right. But then he's have to do it like on the down low and have like the Keurig cups like in the trench coat, People walk by and he could just flash him. He would have no other clothes on underneath it, just like the cups, and then on the other side he would have like the creamer and sugar and shit. Yeah, it was one of those ideas that came out of like 3 bowls, but what are you gonna do,
He told me that he wasn't bringing that much stuff to the show to sell. Yeah. So there's plenty of table space.
Word.
So Mike, hauls, shoutouts, plugs. What do you got this week?
I got the ramen toy, Quicksilver and Tally Hawk.
Ramen toys, Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Silverhawks. Silverhawks. Yeah, he's a pretty good figure. I haven't like messed around with him a ton, but I messed around with him a little bit, and it's like it feels good in your hands. It feels like a kind of I described it kind of like somewhere in between the Storm Collectibles and a Mafex figure, like the way it feels. And yeah, I put the video in the chat, but I love how they did the face replacement faces and Tally Hawk with magnets.
Yeah,
which is a pretty dope idea. Like, for one, it's easy, but two, it's like you just ain't gonna break any of them little tiny ass tabs off and stress marks and all that bullshit, So
yeah.
What was the other company that was making those?
Super 7.
Super 7.
Yeah, Super 7 is like really cartoony, and the ramen one was more. I don't want to say stylized because I don't think it was stylized because it was still like the design was clearly taken from the animation model, but the best way I could describe it is like the early MP where we used to go, oh, it looks like it walked right off the screen, but in all reality, it was very realistic looking and had the line work and
more detail.
Yeah,
more mature
looking. Yeah.
Was that the one that you got? Was that the one that was more chrome and the other one was more like matte?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a total chrome finish. It's more like a metallic silver paint finish, like where the Super 7s one, they just basically kind of did paint in the color that they were in the animation. Like they were supposed to be silver, but they just kind of did like this bluish gray, which
that was a cop out, I thought.
That is a cop out. Yeah, I don't know. Because I had a bunch of those toys when I was a kid, and they were actually all of those were all chromed out from head to toe, outside of the faces, obviously. But
with this like a die cast plating or something like that back in the day.
No, it was just chrome paint, basically like chrome finish, pretty much.
Okay.
And then they had like the baggy like wings. They were like, it was like a cape. So that way they could have the arms down. And then when you if I remember correctly, Silverhawks had a thing like if you squeeze the legs, I think the arms would pop from down low, like at the sides up to like a T position. And the wings were like capes and they like kind of followed, you know what I mean? So they would like stretch out when you pop the arms out.
Go to T-pose.
Yeah.
Nice.
But the ramen version has like, you tab the wings in and they give you wide wings and then they give you narrow wings. So you could have the arms all the way out at a T, or you could have them at like a 45-degree angle. So it looks like full flight and like gliding kind of mode, I guess, or whatever. But yeah, they're pretty nice though. Good looking figure. And Monstar is coming out soon. I did hear from a few people that Ramen's not going to be making Silverhawks anymore, and they're going to be like, because this was like an actual official product because they had the Silverhawks name on it and everything. But I heard like they're going to do them under another name and just do them as like a third party type of thing. That is the rumor. I don't know if that's true or not, but that is the rumor.
What's up with that?
I don't know. Only thing I can think of is that maybe the license was really expensive and not worth whatever they had to, probably ate into the profits a little bit. And it's like, why do that when they could, put it out under as a third party product and call them, Speed Silver or some shit.
Right. Why be official?
Why be official? Yeah, seriously, even more so than like Transformers and shit like that. Cause there are no, it's not like, or the Thundercats or some shit where they have like the logo all over them on the, it's just,
why pay licensing fees when we could just not?
Well, we could just not. Yeah, it's a solid business decision, really. At the end of the day,
it's also called IP theft, but we're not going to get into that debate.
They didn't have any like logos on their belts or anything like that.
Not that I will. I'm gonna look up a picture of one right now, but I do not believe so.
I wasn't a big Silverhawks fan, so I don't know.
Silverhawks was at the tail end of my cartoon watching days as a kid. Like there was, and I'm sure all three of us went through the stage where it's like, all right, we were kids, we watched cartoons, we collected toys. We got to that age where we didn't because we were too busy like chasing chicks and whatever, we were growing up, and then came back to toys and comic books and shit like that. Actually, I never went away from comic books. That's a lie. I read in comics all the way through, but I did get away from like toys and shit like that there for a few years. And Silverhawks was kind of like right on the border, like right at the end of when I was like watching a lot of cartoons and shit as a kid or whatever.
I never collected a lot of toys. Actually, I never really collected anything except comics back in the day.
Yeah, you guys got me into a lot of chicks.
What's that?
I never went after a lot of chicks, so
they came to you.
Yeah.
You're beating them off with a stick.
I was beating something off.
Wow.
Yeah. So, anything else, Mike?
Yeah, I got the last two of the KFC Junkie Ons.
Mm-hmm.
So, they actually did. That's what they have 11, and they did every single named Junkie On from G1, which is good because I don't want to buy any more of them. The only one that they didn't do is Nancy. There's a Junkie On named Nancy. She was like a female Junkie On, but she kind of looked more like Arbalest and Unicron, or Unicron, Arbalest and Kranix, which was weird. But yeah, she was a Junkie On in season 3.
For you. You said the of the G1 Junkie Ons. Was that like one of those things from like the comics or like an official cartoon guide, or was it just made up shit like after the fact?
I'm sure it was made up after the fact. I'm not really sure when they all got names, because they sure as shit didn't name any of them in the cartoon. So it had to be from some sort of source book, or they even did. I remember Marvel Comics doing that. It was Transformers Universe, I think it was called, and it was like a 4-issue or 3-issue miniseries, and they did like all the basically like extended versions of the tech specs and all that shit like that. Yes. And Wreck-Ar was the only Junkie On in that book as well. So I think they were named long after the fact.
Yeah, those and the Marvel Universe ones were always at the bottom of my comic pile to read, because I knew it was going to take me like a week just to get through the whole fucking thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so the last 2 came out, and the one there was 10 named Junkie Ons from the cartoon, and then they did one from the comic book, which was like a really loud and like yellow and orange color scheme or whatever, kind of like with a bumblebee looking head. And he was specifically from Marvel Comics. I'm hoping for Nancy, and then there was a Jeep. There was a Hound repaint called Detritus, and he was also a Junkie On. But like those would be the very last 2, like, because they're awesome. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love every one of them. Like they're still like coming out with the same mold with like the slight variations and shit to make these other Junkie Ons, but it's basically the same mold, but it's still a pretty good mold, man. And I got Outback, the Fans Toys Outback, which is, he's okay.
Okay.
He's just okay. I didn't transform him yet, but I fucked around with him in robot mode, and he's like, I don't know. Fans Toys gets away with a lot of shit just because they look so fucking good.
Have you been watching the House of the Dragon?
Yeah, we watched the first 2. I think there's 3 episodes out now.
I watched the last one. Okay.
Yeah, but I was
going to share something in the chat real quick, but it won't make any sense to you. Kyle sent something in the other chat, so
it won't make any sense to me because I haven't seen episode 3.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You'll have to save the meme for later.
Yeah.
Sorry. It was really funny.
So the Outback, he's just okay. He's like,
so I heard a rumor that that was like a thing with like Fans Toys. Like the whole Outback thing was like it didn't sell well or whatever. Is that true? Is that like kind of the rumor that you heard too? Whispers on the boards
about how the figure didn't sell well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't hear that rumor, but it's a rumor that I would believe. But I don't think it has as much to do with that. It wasn't like an awesome figure as opposed to it was Outback.
Yeah, I don't know if it was that. Plus, it was like a smaller bot, and what did that go for? 430 or something like that? Is that what it was?
I'm looking it up right now.
It was definitely 3 digits, right? It wasn't like $90 or nothing like that.
It was 125. Yeah, 125. I mean, it's built well. Like there's nothing wrong with the materials necessarily. It's more like in the engineering, and like the articulation's fucking strange, especially with the legs. Like he has these drop down hips and shit like that, and you have to drop them down to achieve certain poses, which is fine because you angles and shit like that. So you put them in the poses the right way and take them from the right angle, and they look cool. But I get annoyed with Fans Toys because a lot of times you have to like untab something or move something in order to get to full articulation. Like in order for the legs to move in a certain direction, you have to like just untab the backpack at the bottom.
Right.
Huh.
And it's like, well, I don't know. I mean, like it's fine. Like I said, it's okay. It's okay. It's not their worst effort by any stretch, but it sure as shit ain't their best effort by any stretch either.
Which one's better? Fans Toys or Bad Cube?
The better action figure. Oh man, you know what?
Which one would you rather have on your shelf?
Which one would I rather have? Probably the Fans Toys one, just because the Fans Toys one does a better job, like with the proportions and shit. Like you can always count on Fans Toys to look good, and I don't think I'm gonna fuck around too much with the character of Outback, even with photos and stuff. Like how often am I really gonna fuck around with a?
Yeah, no one ever does.
No one ever does. So it's like
it's Outback, man. Come on,
Outback. Like
let me.
Meanwhile, Alan Grant's like Outback.
I like Outback. Yeah, he comes with the trusty Decepticon detector.
Dr. Grant's Australia too.
And that's another thing. He didn't even come with that goddamn thing. You know how they do like these
with the accent.
The character
the accent.
But they do these figures where like there were characters that weren't in a whole hell of a lot of episodes, and the episodes that they were in, there was something very specific about, like for instance, Pipes got to come with a transformation cog. He was in how many episodes, but that one major story arc that he was in was transporting that transformation cog, so you got to put one in with a Pipes figure, which I think they're going to do with theirs. But like Outback didn't do shit except for use that Decepticon detector, that little walkie-talkie looking thing, and that's all it is. But
I remember those guys from like one episode, and that was like when Trypticon came and fucked up the arc, and that was
the episode I'm referring to was when him and Blaster took that spaceship to they landed in Carbamia.
Oh God!
The King of Kings. What was his name? Abdul Fakadi, King of Kings. That guy, man.
The episode that got Casey Kasem to quit.
Yeah, right. Well, no,
ponderous, man, fucking ponderous.
That Carbamia was in a bunch of episodes because that was also in the Trypticon episode that Jez referring to.
Oh, really?
But
they went hog on that shit.
Yeah, they did. But Thrust was hiding. No, it wasn't Thrust. It was one of the Coneheads was hiding out at Abdul Fakadi's airport in Carbamia, and Blaster and Outback were looking for him with the old Decepticon detector.
Didn't they do? Was it the 4 minicons they repainted as a cash grab? Was it the?
I think there were 5. I think there were. So there was
in that. That was Outback,
yes.
Right? And then
no, Gears was Swerve.
Thank you.
Braun was Outback. Windcharger was Tailgate. Cliffjumper was Hubcap.
Was Hubcap in the cartoon
for like an episode or two? Yeah,
was he? I don't remember that.
And then Huffer as Pipes. So that's 5, 5 at least. I think that might be it. I think and then
wasn't there? Did you name the Windcharger one already?
I did Tailgate. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, long and short of it is like he's fine. Like he's better than Bacube, and honestly, like Bacube wasn't a terrible figure. It was just looking back on it, like looking at it, it's like holy shit, this thing barely looks like Outback, like he's supposed to be Outback. Like if Bacube one would come out now, they'd be like, damn, that thing is stylized,
Yeah.
But just not.
I don't know about you guys, but that word is so overused.
Stylized,
yeah. I think we need more adjectives to describe things.
well, like at least narrow it down to like when it's actually appropriate. Like the Kang Toys Predacons are stylized, obviously.
Isn't everything stylized? It's like you have a style of cartoon, a style of this, a style of that, a style of music.
You could say it like that, but when you're talking amongst the public and shit like that, like what they expect the word to mean and what it actually means, and is the same thing. So, but yeah,
differently styled.
And the only other thing that I got, so the UK Royal Mail sent me these G1 stamps.
Cool.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
A whole sheet or
individuals or. I got to take some more pictures and shit like that, but I put a reel up on the page, but it comes in there's 2 separate sheets. Like there's one sheet that's got like Autobot stuff on the front and Decepticon stuff on the back, and then the stamps are at the bottom. and they're like traditional looking stamps. You know, you can see the eight rectangular stamps with the price, and then it's all Andrew Wildman artwork on it, which is awesome because he was clearly the best artist from the Marvel Comics era of Transformers. So that's on one sheet, but then it comes with a secondary sheet or whatever, and it's a little smaller. I think it's actually just a card, and it has Dinobot stamps on it. But I dig the way that they did it because they just did a Dinobot scene. Like, I'm just going to use arbitrary numbers because I didn't actually measure, but say like 2 inches high by like 6 or 7 inches wide. And it's this scene with the Dinobots in it. But then if you like look, you could see where it's perforated, and each stamp, when you peel it off, has one of the Dinobots in it. You know what I mean? You like peel the Dinobots off the background.
I see what you're saying. Gotcha.
Yeah, they're pretty nice, man. They're done well. Like, the presentation is cool, and I don't know, I just thought it was cool. They hit me up.
Is it art that's like is it just a piece of art they grabbed from someplace, or is it like original? Like brand new art.
The Dinobot art looked to be brand new. It may have been somewhere else. I'm not totally sure about that. And the Andrew Wildman art looks like something I've seen before. Like I'm not. I'm pretty sure I saw that artwork elsewhere. Like during his run, it looks like they took, nice spots where he just did solo shot, like panels of solo characters, and because each one of them is a solo character.
Cool.
So, yeah, that's it. I don't have plugs. I finished up a new T-shirt design since the last time I was on the show. I did the Avenged Sixfold shirt, so that is up on dragonstarshop.com in the robot section. And speaking of dragonstarshop.com, I'm in the middle of a complete website revamp. I'm going with a Shopify site because my website as it is on its last leg. As far as like what, PHP is not updating and all that shit. Like, it's only a matter of time before I try to go on there and it's just like not working anymore. So I was talking to the one dude that works in the shop next to us or whatever, and he actually uses a Shopify for his business and suggested it to me, and I went and checked it out, and they gave you like a 2-week free trial. So I dropped in and like started messing around, and it's like one of the few. I see these sites online or on commercials all the time where it's like, oh yeah, setting your website up is just drag and drop, super easy. And it's like, they never seem to be that way, but the Shopify site is actually pretty intuitive and easy to use. So I'm looking forward to finishing it up. I have a ton of work into it so far, and it's probably at the point where I could switch DNS servers and have it shifted over to this new site now, but I just want to keep plugging away at it and get some more merchandise up on there, like before the con comes. But yeah, that's about it. That's all I got for right now.
Okay.
What about you, Levy?
See here. Well, I talked about it last time. I got some Gundam model kits. Decided to start building some Gunpla, and I actually put one together this week.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, I just took it apart again to prep it for painting. But yeah, so I got a couple of those. I got those.
I'm gonna ask you a question, and yeah. I'm not being a dick about it. Why did you put it together and then just to take it all apart to paint it again? Why didn't you just paint it first, then put it together?
To test fit everything.
Oh, okay.
And to decide how I because I wasn't sure if I wanted to assemble some parts to prime it or whatever. So I wanted to put it together to see how everything fit together, to see what would be the best way to do it. Mm-hmm. And so some of the parts I can keep assembled, like the leg pieces and stuff. I can put those together so I can just prime it as one piece and whatnot. So plus they're easy to take apart. So I just, was looking for something to do. And so I put it together and everything like that. But cool. Yeah, so I'm hoping to get my paint station done up this weekend, and I'll, prime it, and maybe I think this thing ended up being a lot smaller than I imagined it would be. It's only about 5 inches tall, and it's like 1/144th scale.
Is that the masterpiece version?
Well, it's the high grade. They come in high grade, master grade, real grade, and perfect grade. High grade and real grade are 1/44th scale, and master grade is 1/100th scale. However, the difference between high grade and real grade is the real grade has the detail and complexity of a master grade, just in that smaller high grade scale. So like more parts, more complex engineering and whatnot, apparently.
Okay, so you lost me. Which one's the bigger one? Is that you said?
Perfect grade is the biggest. Those are like I think they're like 12 inches tall.
12. Okay.
There's I think those are 12 inches tall. Master grade, I don't remember exactly how tall it is. I think those may be about like 6 or 7 inches tall. Okay. And then high grade is like what
was the one you said in between there that you said front ones? Is it the same scale?
The perfect grade and the high grade are the same scale. They're 1/144th. And this particular Gundam I put together is about 5 inches, which is the RX-78 too. So like the
1/144th scale is 5 inches. Okay, and then
for this particular Gundam, there may be others that are taller than this Gundam. So you know what I mean?
No, I don't. So, this is all new to me. That's why I'm asking you, because I don't know what the fuck 1/44th scale of a real Gundam is. Is it like a foot? Is it like 6 inches?
Well, it's just suffice it to say that all high grades will be scaled to each other. So even if one is bigger than another one in actual size, they're all still 1/144th scale. So they'll still be accurate and scaled to each other. The master grades are 1/100th, so they are not in scale with the high grade. But the real grade is 1/144th, but it has the complexity of the master grades. Is the way it was explained to me. So
master grades are complex. I need a chart.
They're more complex. They're more complex than the high grade, but not as complex as the perfect grade.
I need charts and lines.
So imagine the high grade is more like a chug scale transformer, I guess, and then the master grade is like a masterpiece scale, but then the perfect grade was like a Hot Toys figure.
Okay, which one's?
Well, I guess a high grade.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. So
which one are you doing, Levy? Which one are you doing?
I put together the high grade.
No, the high grade. Okay, that's so.
Yeah, I put together the high grade Universal Century RX-78 2 Gundam. That's the standard blue, white, red, white, and blue one.
Yeah.
Unicorn Gundam.
No, not the unicorn Gundam. No, not the unicorn Gundam. That's a different one. Oh. No, this is like the first Gundam that they ever made. It's the first design. I'll just send you a picture of it.
You know what makes me laugh about all this shit? Levy's sitting around one day and he's like, I'm 46 years old. Eyesight going by the years, fucking hands getting shakier by the year. Let's start painting little shit.
My hands are perfectly fine.
Are they? Like a doctor.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, right.
The man's like a surgeon. Hey, speaking of hobbies, how did your Rubik's Cube speed solving thing wind up? How fast did you get?
I got it under 2 minutes.
Oh, so that's some bragging rights there. That's cool.
Under 2 minutes from like a complete mess, Levy. Like you could just hand it to somebody and they could fuck it all up and then hand it back to you, and you can get all the sides.
I can solve the cube from any configuration in under 2 minutes.
Wow.
Are you like one of those dudes who can like one hand it and you're spinning shit around like with your middle finger and it's like
No. I have to concentrate on it still. I have to concentrate on and make sure, and I still make mistakes, so it's not always sub 2 minute. I
you
still
gotta
make
do
mistakes.
Something that'll put you in the record books. Like you gotta be the first person to do the Rubik's Cube in under 2 minutes while masturbating
and building a Gundam.
No.
One hand's building the Gundam, the other one's solving the Rubik's Cube.
I have no intention of trying to break any records. I mean, I think the record for a human to solve the cube is like under 5 seconds.
That's outrageous. How is that possible?
It's just knowing the algorithms.
I've seen machines do it in 5 seconds.
No, the machine record is under 3 seconds.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I believe. Or maybe wait. No, I'm sorry. Maybe the human record is 3 seconds and the machine is like under a second, I think. I can't remember. So But yeah, I mean it's just knowing the algorithms, knowing the patterns to it's all basically mathematics, really. So
the record, Rubik's Cube record time, world record is held by a man named Yusheng Du. 3.47 seconds.
Yeah.
At the Woohoo Open 2018.
Who?
Oh no! When he solved it, he went woohoo!
Woo! Who?
That's Ric Flair with dementia.
Yeah. But yeah, I believe the machine solve record is like under a second. So, but yeah, no, I have no hope of. I have no intention of ever trying to solve it that quickly. I don't even know if I'm ever going to make it under a minute. And I actually haven't really practiced in a while, so I have to actually go back and relearn my algorithm. There's two semi-complex algorithms that I get confused with if I don't practice it regularly. So I have to go back and relearn them. It doesn't take long. I just have to go back and review the YouTube video and just
review the tape.
Get them sorted out in my head, which one is which and what it's used for. So, nice. But yeah, I mean, I was pretty proud of myself, to get under 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it really isn't that hard. I could teach you guys to do it.
Oh, that's okay.
So
it takes about 3 pence for me to decide not to do that. You should find out what the record is for building Gundam's outfit, so you could beat that then too.
Build. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you though, ladies love a good cuber.
Yeah, we'll bring that up next week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you got fingers,
bring it with.
If you got fingers that fast, just saying.
Yeah. You gotta be single.
Ladies love that shit. I'll just say that April ain't complaining.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, So I also went to Hobby Lobby this week to pick up a couple more supplies. I got some like empty paint jars and shit. And so while I was there, I saw that they still had the sale on model kits, 40% off all plastic model kits. So I picked up a 1967 Shelby Mustang, the one that was in Gone in 60 Seconds, the remake.
Oh, okay.
Eleanor.
Cool. Are you gonna cell shade that too?
Yeah, it's the 67. No, I'm not gonna cell shade that. No, just the Gundams. The Gundams are the ones I'm looking to cell shade. So, so I picked up the 67 Shelby GT, which I'm excited to build that one too. And then I also got my Mafex Dark Knight Returns Superman. Fantastic figure. Yet another Superman figure. So
sweet.
He's nice and stocky too. I like it.
As Superman should be.
Yes. I am down with the thickness. So and then the green Mike, our Mafex Jean Greys are on the way. I think I told you that.
Yeah, you did. Yep.
So they shipped this morning. It says Wednesday, but I imagine it'll be here Monday or Tuesday at the latest.
Nice.
So
excellent. I'll just grab it from you next weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, be sure to take it into the strip club with you. Have Jean Grey do some pole dancing.
Dude, seriously, take the Rubik's Cube with you.
Take the
Well, I plan on it.
I was thinking about it, like, you think about possible things that could happen, and I was thinking about sitting there in the strip club just fucking shit faced, and the first stripper that comes up, I look at her and go, "You see all these motherfuckers? Every one of them collects action figures, including the girl." And I would save us a lot of money.
Well, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm not bringing money.
You're one of those guys. You're the bleacher squad.
I'll just trade with them.
What are you trading?
Would you like some nice glassware?
I'll trade magic cards with them.
I'll bring some coffee mugs.
Oh man,
magic cards. That's funny.
So yeah, that's all I got.
Sacagawea coins I'll bring.
Remember how Nate said he was going to bring that roll of quarters from when we went to the arcade, and I suggested he like fucking fired them up on the stage, and snap, how they do with the snapping and shit. Snap them up on the stage at the strippers and see how quickly he gets thrown out.
I just leave it in a roll and see if they can SWAT thrust it.
just imagine like she's spinning around on the pole, and she comes around and bam, catches a freaking quarter right between the eyes.
I will never forget until my dying day that we went out for my friend Frank's bachelor party at this place. It wasn't the Fox. It was something like it though.
Oh, the Fox.
Something like the Fox.
Yeah, it was in
Fox is like Fox is like the minor league affiliate, like
it was like on the corner like that, but it was in Bethlehem. I think it was near Staley's for some reason. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh my God, that place.
Yeah, what was that? Do you remember that place?
Oh my God, yeah, it had a couple of names and shit. It was the Bada Bing Club for a while.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it was years ago.
Yeah,
And he was like, he said to us, he said to me and Sean, he goes, if I give her a 5, do you think she'll give me change? I'm like, yeah, Frank, go ahead. Do that. Ask her while you're giving her, as you're stuffing in her G-string, and Phil, she'll give you fucking 4 ones while you're at it. Because she's going to stop and fucking demoralize herself to bend over and pick you up 4 more ones to give in your fucking hand.
She's done enough already. Frank.
She took that 5 and she fucking walked away, and he was like, "Oh, what? Where's my change?" And he was like yelling. I'm like, "Oh man, you knew that was gonna happen, right?"
Jed, I want to. Did you? You never got COVID, did you, Jed?
You know what? I don't know for sure. I got it like that February of the year it all started. Like Lori and I got like real sick, but we thought it was like just a flu thing. We were like sick for a couple of days, but I'm fucking immune to it, or that was it. But I never got it after that.
Well, I was trying to make the correlation saying that you are immune to it because you were in that club.
Probably. I've been in some shadier ones than that were down there in Philly.
Oh, okay. I was going to say
where the stage was like, it was just a piece of plywood on a floor with a blanket on top. That was it.
There's two spots that were you ever at Silhouettes in Quakertown?
Oh yeah, sure.
Silhouettes is a fucking hole in the wall, man.
Is that the one with the like the little hotel room in the back?
Wasn't Silhouettes the one with the shower in the back corner? Or am I thinking the other one that's in
was that Scarlett's?
Scarlett's was on Lehigh Street.
But didn't they have a shower in there or something? I think
Scarlett's was classy compared to Silhouettes.
Yeah, Scarlett's had like the leather bucket seats and stuff. I got thrown out of there.
Silhouettes was the one that was in Quakertown. Like if you make the turn right at the Burger King, there on 9. That was Silhouettes up that way. And it just looked like somebody's like the first floor of somebody's house, pretty much converted into a club. And that wasn't the worst. The worst one was the top of the town, man. The one right here on 378 going up the big hill, right by my house and shit. That place was a fucking.
Oh, I was there. They used to have a buffet. They had a lunch buffet.
Who has a buffet in the strip club, especially that strip club, man?
The place I used to work next to down in Philly on Egypt and Columbia had a buffet. That was a really popular place though. It was really big.
Had a lunch buffet, didn't they?
It was what was the name of it? Some stripper got murdered there. Oh man,
at Irv's.
That was it called?
No, the one near Philly, right?
The one in Philly, downtown Philly. Kyle just mentioned
it. I was going to say, you could ask your boss about it. Like,
not Delilah's. Delilah's, that's a strip club in Philly.
Delilah's. That's it. That was it. That was Delilah. Delilah's had the lunch buffet too.
Yeah.
Because we used to go over there for work.
Mike, didn't Irv's have a lunch buffet?
I don't. He's asking me like I went to Irv's for lunch.
Well, why don't you ask your boss?
I will ask. I'll ask him. I'll find out on Monday. Yeah.
That was a thing, I guess, like 20 years ago, or lunch buffet maybe.
Bro, I had to shut Irv down, Levy, on Monday. Yeah. I came in. First of all, Adrian, the girl I work with, she came to the show. She came to our show on Friday, the Social Call show in Copley. Yeah. And 94-year-old Malcolm was there. She wanted to meet Malcolm. She has this like weird thing for old men, but not like in a weird way. She just thinks they're cute and she wants to like adopt like grandpas and shit. Just, whatever. So she wanted to come meet Malcolm. So long story short, Malcolm ends up dancing with her on the stage, like in this third set, right? So I took video of it and I sent it to the boss because we were dying about her coming to meet Malcolm. So I get to work on Monday, and Irv was like, there was people at the show, and I gotta be hearing, getting phone calls about how my secretary was on the stage, dancing and shit like that. And I'm like, Irv, it was Friday night. Like, your employees are allowed to go out and have a good time, are they not? And then he's saying about how she was dressed. He was like looking for a reason to bitch. And he said something about how she was dressed, and it's like, yo, she was in a tank top and shorts. And then I said, Irv, all your like major customers and clients know that you used to own a fucking strip club, dude. And that was the end of that conversation.
Yeah. Strip club owner kind of trumps basically everything else.
Basically everything. Yeah, right. Yeah, Irv's. So Levy loves when I tell this story. We went to meet me and Levy and Al. Who all was there that night? Al was definitely there. We all went to fucking this place. Was it CR Fannies? Is that what the place was called?
Yeah, CR Fannies.
He loves this fucking story. So we're all
I love this story.
I'm shit-faced. Levy shit-faced. And like Levy hit the fucking ATM machine 3 fucking times.
Whoa!
I must have spent more in withdrawal fees than I did in money taking out money.
Wow!
I was fucking dying.
Withdrawal fees in those places are like $25 or some shit like that.
I think it was like 15 at the time.
Were they doing the weird thing with you, Levy, where they're like, "Hey, put your phone number on this $5."
No.
They don't call when they ask you to do that, right?
Yeah, I know.
Put it on this $5 bill and I'll keep it.
I do remember that there was this one blonde bartender that was was working there at the time, and she was pretty good looking. I was actually talking to her for a little bit, and
CR Fannies kind of had some decent looking girls there, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah,
my friend Scott used to date a stripper from Irv's. Yeah, back in the day.
Fucking Irv's, man.
Mike, did I ever tell you about the first time I ever went to a strip club?
If you have, I would gladly listen again because I'm sure it's good.
Me and a couple of guys.
That's how it started.
A couple of guys I worked with because I was working at Chi-Chi's at the time.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Back when the hepatitis was around, yeah.
Hepatitis is still around, buddy.
I mean, like Chi-Chi's hepatitis.
Yeah,
get it twice.
Yeah, get a burrito and a side of rampant disease. But yeah, so I was a busboy at the time, and guys, I was pretty young. I think it was like 18. I think it was like 18, 19 maybe. And a couple of the guys, the servers and everything, they were going to go out to the strip club after work, and it was the Boxcar in New Jersey. You ever heard of that place?
Yeah, I heard that place is a fucking
wasn't Jenna Jameson
on the wall, man.
Who?
Jenna Jameson, or she has another place in Jersey. I thought it was the Boxcar.
The Boxcar just sounds filthy. Like, you don't even need to.
Oh, it was.
The Boxcar.
So we got there, and That's cool. I'm like, I've never been in a strip club before, so seeing a lot of a bunch of naked women running around, it was cool. So a couple of the guys, they pooled some money together and bought me a lap dance with this really pretty stripper, right? So she takes me in the back when she's dancing for me and stuff, and she says, "You're gonna tip me, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And this is my first time. I don't know strip club etiquette, first of all, so I don't know what's an appropriate tip. So, and I don't even know how much the lap dance cost, to be honest. I didn't know. So I didn't know what an appropriate tip was. So I'm thinking like, well, I mean, when you're at a restaurant, you tip what, 20%, the bill, it's usually like maybe like $5 or something like that. So after she was done, like, I think I gave her a couple bucks, and this look on her face, I handed her the ones, and she just like looks at them, and then she just looks at me, and it was just silence.
Well, no, wait a second though. If somebody bought you to lap dance, isn't the lap dance the tip? No, you got to give
yeah. I mean, it's still customary to tip the girls when they're giving you
I can't even.
Dance.
I'm just like trying to remember because it's been.
I know some people don't.
It's been a long fucking time, and I can't remember how it was either.
Look, I mean, I'll always, when I'm there, I'll always throw girls money because I mean, I'm there to have a good time. They're there to work. Right. Might as well put them through college. Yeah. Yeah, so it's like I can't remember if it was like I gave her $3 or $5 or whatever, and she just like looks down at the money and like looks at me, and it's like I said, it was complete silence, dude. She's just like the music stopped. She was just like, and then I just like without saying a word, I just turned and left the room.
It's the complete silence that does it, because if there was anything going on, it could have been a little less like uncomfortable. But
you could have heard a pin drop in that room.
You could have heard a rat pissing on a piece of cotton.
So I don't even remember my first strip club I went to. That's bad.
Yeah, you know what? I might be in the same boat with you.
I don't know if that's just me not remembering or it wasn't that eventful.
I'm pretty sure it's.
Might have actually been Irv's.
I think I'm kind of thinking that's where mine was too. I think mine might have been there too.
And I think that was fantastic of a show.
Yeah, we were pretty. We for a little while there, we were kind of regulars at fucking Scarlett's on Lehigh Street.
Yeah,
we would go there every couple weeks and shit. Me, Jeff, Brent, Brian.
My friend Angie used to attend bar there. Well, she used to, give the bar from the BYOB that you guys would bring in and then put it in the cooler and then give it back to you when you wanted one, because they didn't have a liquor license.
Yeah. The one time at Scarlett's, I stole a guy's wallet.
Wow.
Because he was a dick.
Wow.
He fucking. Well, yeah. He was a dick. He fucking refused to tip the one girl that we were friends with, and like he just refused to give her money and shit. And she was sitting there dancing for him. He was receptive to the dance, and he refused to tip her. And when he got up, his wallet was sitting in the chair. And I looked around, no one was looking. I grabbed his wallet, stuck it in my pocket. I said, "Fuck that guy! Fuck that guy!" Yoink. So
did you give the girl any? You gave it.
Oh yeah, he had like a couple $100 in his wallet.
Wow.
So
the story would have been better if Levy would have just said, "I pocketed all that shit."
No, I went up to the girl. I gave her $100. I said, "That's courtesy of this dickhead over here." And then when we left there, we went to Denny's and I fucking bought everybody breakfast.
Meanwhile, that was his rent money.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Man.
I don't think it was rent money either. Like he was an older guy, and in his pocket in his wallet he had pictures of what I'll only assume was his granddaughter. So I threw those out. I wasn't going to keep those pictures.
Wow,
that would have been creepy and weird. Yeah, he had credit cards in there. It's like fuck that guy. Fuck him. So yeah, I'm a scumbag.
No shit.
Nah, that's a solid move. I would have did the same damn thing.
Yeah, I got thrown out of there because I got in a fight. We had a big brawl.
Oh yeah.
Stage. People were getting thrown on the stage and shit like that. It was awesome.
Nice.
You might actually meet at RetroCon if Steve comes to the show. But yeah, we went out for his bachelor party. Steve and Scott and me. Harry was there. Bleacher dude, because he didn't come running down to the fight at all. He was just like watching on like fucking Cosell, commenting on everything else is going down. But the one dude,
this is Howard Cosell.
we got a brawl going on at the strip club.
This is back like probably maybe within the first year that they opened. And, you know, they had like the nice chairs and everything. And like these guys were like hogging up like all these chairs and there were like empty spots. And we're like, and my one friend was, hey, why don't you move some of your guys over so we can sit down too? And they were like, no, and they were being dicks. So my friend got into a fight with this dude and they started going at it. And this is back, like this is like 20 years ago or more. And my friend Steve was a bodybuilder. So he came fucking out of the bathroom like, what's going on? And he came out for Reno and he just grabbed the one dude by the fucking of his neck and threw him to the stage and then backhanded the other guy into the fucking second row up of chairs and shit like that. Yeah. And then the big huge bouncer came over and he's like, you guys gotta go. We're like, all right.
You know, it's funny how chairs always lead to a fight there because I didn't go. This is the one night I didn't go, but our friend Jeff and my friends Brent and Brian, they decided on a whim to go. And Brian at the time, he had this long leather trench coat, you know, and he went and they went when they got there, they sat down on some chairs, right? Brian put his coat on the chair to claim it and went to the bathroom. While he was in the bathroom, some guy came over with his friends, took his coat, threw it on the floor, and sat down. And Jeff was like, yeah, that's my buddy's seat. No, it's not. It's like, all right. Brian came back, and Brian's like, yo, that's my seat. And the guy's like, piss off. And from what I understand, things were about a hair's breadth away from turning into a fucking fight. And I don't remember exactly what happened. But
this big guy came out of the bathroom and threw the other two guys back. It might be funny. It was just all the same people. Oh yeah, you're the guys that got in a fight with my friends.
Yeah,
back in the 90s.
Listen. Can we just when we go? Can my bachelor party be just kind of uneventful?
Oh no, I'm starting a fight.
It's not a bachelor party. There's no fight. You got to be a fight.
Yo, I heard, and I can hear this story over and over again, and I laugh about it every time. But I heard, and this maybe it not have been at a strip club, but I heard that Gary threw up on somebody's back.
No, it wasn't a strip club. No, we went to what was the name? The Hoop in Strasbourg. Did you ever play there? Or here go?
No, did not. I've heard of it, but I never played that.
Yeah, there's Play Hoop. They just had band upstairs, and they had like a dance club upstairs. I was there that night. It was me and him, and I think our friend Tim was there, or Pat maybe. Might have been Pat. Yeah, I think Pat was.
It was. I remember Pat being at this story.
He drank a lot. And we were going from the downstairs to the upstairs. And as we were going to the upstairs, he just fucking, as we were going up the stairs, he fucking threw up on this girl's back in her fucking like suede leather jacket or whatever, man. And I was like, I said to Pat, I said, let's go now. Come on. What, man? I don't know. No, nope. Don't know who she's with, but we're definitely not going to get into a fight over that shit. And the same thing happened almost where we were at the Egypt nightclub in Philly, down a couple of things down from Delilah's there the one night. And we were just talking to a couple of chicks, and it was back when you could still smoke and stuff. And I had a cigarette, and I was just standing there talking, and I burned a hole through this girl's fucking jacket on the back of her chair.
I remember you telling me that story
by accident. And I was like, ooh, yeah, we probably gotta go. Yeah, that was I remember him throwing up on that girl's back. That was rough.
Oh man, that's fucked up.
You remember?
She didn't know.
Do you remember Lupo's, Jed?
Oh yeah, I used to go to Lupo's all in Stars.
So my one buddy Andy was there. This is way back, and I I guess the fucking bar, it was like fucking super packed. I don't know who the fuck was playing. I don't know who he was there to see, but the bar was super packed. And he said that the bar would get fucking, 6, 7, 8 people deep and shit like that. Like, so you had to like double fist every time you got up there because you didn't know when the fuck you were getting back to the bar. Yeah. He said he got up to like this, he was next in line and he had to piss like a fucking racehorse. And my buddy Barry was with him and shit like that. He told me that Andy got up to the front and he refused to fucking leave without his beer. So he said it was all crowded and shit. And he said Andy just he just peed on the bar.
What?
Wow.
Right. He whipped his dick out and just peed in the bar.
It was so crowded and shit like that. Like, he wasn't like holding it or nothing. He said he just reached down and he pulled it out and he put his hands back up like he was waiting for the beer, and the whole time he was just
oh my god.
That's crazy.
Oh my god.
We used to get those what were they, Coors Light buckets, I think they were back then. They get 5 or 6 in
a couple of them, a couple few. We saw a bunch of cool people there. The
Wild Samoans, or one of them, was sitting at the bar there the one time.
Yeah.
Hanging out, drinking and stuff like that. We saw Rob
Did you ever
Zombie
see Fred
there.
Corey there?
No Fred Corey.
Never me.
No. Rob Zombie was there. And who was the band that we saw that was really good? I want to say Trent Reznor, but that might have been Stars. I know Extreme was at Stars and Cinderella.
You had me fucked up, man. You're like one of the dudes from the Wild Samoans was there, and I'm like, what the fuck was he doing?
He was sitting there drinking.
He was playing. Like he would be standing on the stage, and he would just stage dive for an hour and a half.
Samoan stage diving. I'm sure that's what he was doing.
Didn't those guys have like a training ring there or something like that, or a gym?
They had a school. Yeah. They had a school right down from by Jordan Lanes, right next to Jordan Lanes.
Yeah, they were there.
The Wild Samoans, man. That's where our boy Vince, this wrestler that we used to roommate with and shit back in Allentown, he went to the Wild Samoans.
Yeah, that's why Dwayne Johnson lived in Bethlehem in his high school years here, because his family is the Wild Samoans.
Oh, is his family that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't know that. All right. I don't know.
He's related to the Wild Samoans.
Cool. He still owes my friend Michelle $5.
You know what? He owe Joe money.
He owes him for a chocolate. He owes him for a chocolate milk.
Chocolate. You know what? It's time for Red Rock. He's doing all these fucking movies. It's time to step up.
Pay the piper.
Pay the piper.
Once every 30 episodes, we bring this up.
What him owing the Rock owing?
Rock owes people money. Yeah,
Rock owes people money. And so, anyways, where were we? Strip clubs. Yeah. Levy, I'll tell you a funny story. I don't know if you ever heard this one, Levy. Hang on, I gotta shut the door.
Not like we're recording it or anything.
So Richie, Levy, comic store, Richie.
Yeah, I know Richie.
We were at the stop me if you heard this one. We were at Scarlett's one night, and we were hanging out with these two girls afterwards, and she was the one girl was driving, and Richie didn't want her to know like exactly where he lived, but he still wanted a ride home. So he took her in this fucking like maze through his neighborhood. It was making all like, you know how like you come off of 9th Street and Richie's house is just like a couple blocks in, like you go up a couple blocks and you turn and he's like right there. He drove like 3 miles through this neighborhood. he had her making lefts and rights and all over the fucking place. Finally came up to his house and shit. I was fucking dying. I'm like, dude, what were you doing? He's like, wait till she leaves. She's not gonna know how the fuck she got in here. Like he didn't want her to know. He didn't want her to know how she could come back. I always thought that shit was funny.
All right, so on to nerd news.
Sure.
So celebrity deaths. Anybody pass away of note in the last 2 weeks?
2 people.
Anybody at all?
2 people. One I knew about. And the other one I didn't know about at all. So unless you're under a rock, you guys know that Queen Elizabeth II, who was 6 years old, was the British monarch and head of the Commonwealth since 1952, passed away. The other one that I did not know about was Mikhail Gorbachev.
Yep.
Also a leader.
Is that so?
Yeah, 91. Russian politician, secretary of the party from 1985 to 91, and president of the Soviet Union from 1991. Nobel Prize laureate.
Yep.
1990. Yeah, I didn't know he died too. That was like last. That's all I got for the people who died. Unless you guys think of anybody else.
How old was he? Was 96? Is that what you said?
He was 91. She was 96.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, and the CFO it is of Bed Bath and Beyond killed himself too.
Yeah, he launched himself out of a window.
Really?
Yeah.
Couldn't take all the meme stuff. Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jesus Christ, man.
Did you guys hear about the? Oh, go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead. I gotta look something up.
I was gonna say, did you guys hear about the politician that was arrested in Las Vegas for murdering a reporter?
No,
I didn't hear about that one.
I can't remember the names, but apparently, I guess this reporter was a longtime investigative reporter, and I guess he was. I guess he was known for rooting out and reporting on corruption and shit, and I don't know the details, so take everything I say about this with a grain of salt. But from what I understand, I guess he was investigating this guy, and he went. The politician went to his house and ended up stabbing him to death, and they tied him to the crime scene with DNA and whatnot. And
what state was this?
So. Las Vegas, Nevada.
Las Vegas. Wow.
Yep.
No shit.
So,
trailers?
Well,
when did
what about nerd news?
I don't really have any nerd news at the moment.
When did the CFO? When did he kill himself?
Last couple days, I think.
And it was last week, I think.
Was it?
Beginning of I think it might have been over the week, because if you look at stock ticker, the chart history, like that day that I think they reported, like that Monday.
I'm on the 5-day chart, and you could see when it happened. It looks like it was on Friday.
Their stock really dropped.
Just dropped off the fucking
all the way down. Yeah,
I mean, not that it was a huge, but
he had they had the conference meeting, the stock call, and then he was saying about how they were going to go this whole new direction and revamp everything, and everybody was said he was smiling. He said everything was looked like it was going to start to turn around, and the next thing you knew, he fucking jumped out of his fucking apartment fucking window that night.
That's fucking weird.
I just
no note or anything. That shit's always intriguing to me. Like, it's sad, but it's like
depression.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks, oh yeah, he was a nice guy. Everything was fine, no problems, and just probably shit got to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the worst kind, like the one that don't talk. You know what I mean? Like, there are certain people, like, that always talk about it and shit, and I think a lot of times that's just like sometimes it's like just like a cry for attention or whatever. But them quiet ones, those are the scary ones, because you just don't fucking know.
Mm-hmm.
Now I feel like an asshole making that joke.
Oh, I missed it.
Oh, about the stock dropping.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it happened. Yep.
It rebounded, by the way.
No, not every joke lands.
Come on, Levy. He's doubling down on it. You hear that shit?
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, that was not intentional.
Uh-huh.
That was not intentional. I swear.
That was the funnier of the two, Levy. You should take credit for that one.
Wow.
I was unintentionally funny.
Sure it was, Levy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what's next?
Trailers?
Yeah.
What were the trailers? Remind me here.
Interview with a Vampire.
Oh, yeah.
Interview with a Vampire looked good. But now that I've seen this trailer, now I could see how it's, kind of like the first, like how they're not retelling the exact same story, but you can definitely see where they're paying homage to the first one, like to the movie.
Yeah. No, it looked really good. I am totally. What is that?
I think
going to be on?
I think they're AMC.
Yeah. Is it going to be available on their free on their website, or do you have to like subscribe to something if you don't have cable?
Oh, I don't know, because I don't do any of that stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll have to go to Jetflix then.
They're following the novel more than the movie. When I think of it that way, Mike.
So, was the original movie not very accurate to the books, or?
That would have to be a question for Brother Kyle, because I did read Interview with the Vampire like 20 years ago, and I don't remember any of it. So, but Kyle's pretty. He's an Anne Rice aficionado.
Oh yeah. All right.
There's So from what I understand, Lestat's character is in the book is very different than the other 10 books or whatever. So they're going to take his personality more from those late books and put to this versus the original personality. And
the movie Tom Cruise's is more like the actual book rather than the later books?
No, I think his was based off the first book. Because I don't think those books existed at the time.
You're breaking up the bad.
Yeah, you just max headroomed.
Be right back then.
Yeah, that series definitely looks really good. I'm totally sold on it.
Yeah, we'll probably watch it. It's up our alley.
The other trailers.
And this is a series, right?
Yes, from what I understand. Yeah. It's on AMC. So.
Damn, man. More fucking TV to watch.
Oh, The Peripheral.
Yeah, what was the third one? Oh, The Glass Onion. Yeah, that looks good too.
Did you watch Knives Out?
So, no, I didn't. But that one, I know I say this shit all the time. Yeah, I'm going to put that shit on the view list or whatever. But that one I definitely need to watch because that shit looks like I get into movies like that, them Clue type fucking movies or whatever.
No, Knives Out is a fantastic movie.
Yeah. Back. How do I sound? Okay.
Good. We just
fine. Yeah, we started talking about Knives Out.
I was gonna say with Hire, they were using the character more from the later books.
Oh,
for Lestat.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely looks good. I'm definitely gonna watch that one. So, and I'm sure April's interested too. I mean, it's no Vampire Diaries, but it'll do in a pinch. And I'm sure it's good in its own way.
Vanessa said that they moved. She was watching Vampire Diaries somewhere, and they moved it off of whatever platform she was watching it on, and now she can't watch any more of it, which is fucking awesome.
Well, it's on HBO Max.
Yeah, well, as far as I know, she doesn't know where it's at.
Oh, I'll let her know.
Levy.
What?
That's a friendship ender.
I'll give her a USB on Saturday with all the
Vanessa
episodes.
and I can talk about Vampire Diaries.
Levy, you can talk about
they took it off of Netflix?
You can talk about the first 4 seasons, Levy.
Yeah, I'm going to give her a hard drive with all the episodes on it. That way she can watch whatever she wants.
Guys,
that's my gift to you.
You guys aren't even my fucking friends.
You should sit down and watch it, Mike. It's a good show.
Yeah, no, dude, it's way too fucking Twilight-y for me, dude.
It is not Twilight-y at all.
It is fucking Twilight-y.
It is not.
All the characters are pretty, and it's like a fucking soap
Vampires
opera.
Are pretty, man. That's like that's a prerequisite. Unless you're like Nosferatu, like vampires are pretty. That's like the whole part of their mystique, the whole sexual allure of vampires.
But like True Blood found a way to kind of sort of, they rode the fine line. Snook it.
The only reason you sat down and watched that you sat down and watched or the only thing separating rather True Blood and Twilight and Vampire Diaries is the titties and all the dick.
Not true.
That is true. That is true.
Not true.
That show is just as Vampire Diaries as Vampire Diaries. All right.
There are a lot of unattractive vampires in Blade. Just to let you know.
there is a lot of unattractive vampires in Blade. Michael Morby is an ugly motherfucker too. Like they're not always like, I get it. Don't get me wrong. Listen, I love a fucking pretty vampire just like the next guy, but no, man, it's too fucking soap opera ish. And I get that's how.
And True Blood wasn't.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. It is fair. But it was more than just all the sex. It was the
titties. I mean, Jason Stackhouse was banging somebody every episode, man. And they were all hot.
I was torn on him in the beginning. Like he annoyed me because I'm like, he's a fucking moron and he just keeps falling ass backwards into pussy. And then somewhere along the lines, he like won me over, you know,
because he was getting all the pussy.
Shit.
Fucking, you know who I'm disappointed never took her shirt off in that fucking show?
Who's
fucking
that?
Deborah Ann Wool.
Which one was she?
She was the was it the one that Bill made, the young one. She had the
redhead.
Yeah, she was in there. She was in there.
Yeah. She's a good looking girl. She was a good looking girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was with that big dopey dude in that show. In True Blood. What was his name? That the big dopey dude.
I can't remember.
Anyways, he's unimportant anyway.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Fucking your sparkly little vampires and shit.
They don't sparkle in Vampire Diaries.
They should.
Wait, wasn't Vampire Diaries a CW show?
Yes.
That tells you all you need to know. I told you all you need to know.
And True Blood would have been a CW show if it wasn't on HBO. If it wasn't on HBO and had all the titties and dick.
True Blood still had some. It had some quality about it that I'm having a hard time putting into words right at this particular moment. But it had just had some sort of it that still would have made it.
It had some sort of it that was surrounded by titties.
All right, what's next?
I
disagree with all that.
We were talking about the Glass Onion. Or I'm sorry, we were talking about Knives Out, but yeah, I guess Glass Onion is the sequel to Knives Out.
I want to watch both of those movies. I want to watch them back to back.
You absolutely should watch Knives Out. It's a fantastic movie.
Yeah,
it's a great little whodunit mystery.
Yeah, I like that shit. It just kind of fell through the cracks, but that one's high on the list, to be honest with you. I want to get ripped one night and just, watch a good mystery flick, Levy.
Yeah.
This has no returning characters, right? So
just Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig was in the first one.
Yeah.
And what is he? So. Levy's a private investigator.
I believe so.
Yeah,
if I recall.
What I thought was interesting about this one that Kate Hudson's in it. I haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah, still looks good.
She's been out. Yeah,
she still looks real good. Ed Norton's in this.
I was gonna say Ed Norton, Dave Bautista.
Yeah,
I'm still trying to figure out why Bautista is not as annoying as Rock or John Cena.
Because he's white, apparently, Mike. You racist.
Wow.
John Cena's white, man.
You didn't mention him, did you?
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't. You just mentioned The Rock.
No, I mentioned John Cena. He's gonna be like, edit out John Cena, Jed. He'll be hitting you up on the PM.
Levy, you're racist because you didn't hear the white guy's name.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
is that what it is? Oh.
Maybe selective hearing.
Yeah.
He heard a rock and just fucking completely shut his ears down after that. He didn't want to hear any other side.
Out of those three fucking muscle heads, Dave Bautista is probably the best actor.
Well, that's probably what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But he's but you know what though? He kind of plays a goofball sometimes and shit, man.
Yeah.
Did you see Peacemaker?
No.
Yeah, Peacemaker. Yeah, I get it.
Did you watch the new Blade Runner, the updated Blade Runner movie? He was fantastic in that. He's really good acting in that. I was actually
Bautista.
Yeah, from seeing him in like Guardians of the Galaxy and shit, and then I saw him in that, and I was like, wow, he actually can act really well.
he was in that zombie movie too. Like in a more serious role.
Yeah,
it was action figure.
It was. I guess I think it depends on the director, but he was still meathead fucking dude in that too. So
in my what do I call it? Tower of like Mortal Kombat tower of annoying wrestlers that are actors now or whatever. Like The Rock is definitely Shao Kahn, and then Shang Tsung, or I guess Goro or whoever would be in front. Kintaro, like the sub boss would be John Cena, and then it would be Batista underneath.
Yeah,
that's taking talent out of the equation. That's just by who annoys me in order.
Who else is there?
I don't know. We got any other
leave
wrestlers?
it to you to put the black guy at the top, Mike. Just saying.
I say Piper's dead, so it's not him.
Yeah, Piper.
And he was good in They Live.
Piper.
He was pretty funny. And
there's Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan. There is Hogan.
Mr. Nanny.
Oh my God, how old?
No, but anybody else that like really made like a career out of it, not just showed up and like made cameos or had a couple movies. Like all these three dude, like Cena, Batista, and Rock have all been fucking making a career out of fucking acting. It's not like it's, these guys are wrestlers and we'll just throw them in this movie here or there and it'll be funny and that's all there is, you know? Like these did a lot of fucking movies.
I honestly can't think of any.
I can't either. Not right this second. I know there's somebody screaming at this podcast right now.
Probably Louis.
Yeah, I was just saying.
Yeah.
Love you, Louis.
Why don't you somebody Google wrestlers who are actors.
I'm doing it right this second as we speak.
Get a list of top 5, 10.
Let's see what we got. This can't be in any particular order. Batista, they got Macho Man, Hulk Hogan. Yeah, he was in Spider-Man.
He's a little dead to be an actor, isn't he?
Oh, that's right. He was in Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
What else?
Bonesaw McGraw.
The Bonesaw is ready.
Bonesaw is ready.
Lenny Montana. I don't even know who that is. He was a wrestler?
I don't know.
He was in The Godfather.
It's a bit before my time.
John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
They got Kurt Angle, number 6. What the fuck was Kurt Angle in? He's starting to film Warrior, starring actor. Warrior? No, not Day of the Warrior.
Buff Bagwell.
No, dude, he'll be number 1. Buff Bagwell. What do you think of Buff Bagwell's performance in that movie, Levy?
He had a performance.
Jesus Christ, Jed, did you ever see it? I know we've talked. I know. Oh, you have seen it? Okay.
Yeah. After you guys mentioned it, I looked it up and I watched. I was like,
it's a fine example of filmmaking right there.
It is classic.
Yeah.
It's like who else is watching this shit except for like people like us that were like 19-year-olds trying to like fill the spank bank and shit. Everybody got basketball sized titties and shit.
That was like
even Buff Bagwell
and a wrestler. Like there was a marketing team that like put thought into that shit.
Oh yeah,
that was like those movies that you used to see at the video store at Blockbuster or whatever, and they had like the classic sun shining down, naked women and the big tough guy with a sword or a gun, whichever one it was, and like Jan Michael Vincent was in it.
Yeah.
It was like ran like 82 minutes.
Jan Michael Vincent.
Like here's a good question for you. Do you think anybody ever watched Day of the Warrior and made it from beginning to end?
We did.
We watched that whole movie straight through.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I remember seeing it like Pulp Fiction style. It'd be like, I seen this 15 minutes of it, that half hour of it.
All those.
Well, I know we watched.
Ones.
I know we watched it together, and there's no way I was pulling my dick out during that movie with you in the same room.
Did you excuse yourself for 15 minutes to go to the bathroom?
No, we sat down and watched the movie like all the way through.
We were following the plot, man.
Yeah.
Fucking Buff Bagwell, masterful performance by Buff Bagwell. Oh shit!
International film superstar Buff Bagwell.
Buff Bagwell. So we got Kurt Angle at number 6. Randy. Ronda Rousey. No, it's a typo. It says Randy Rousey. Ronda Rousey. The Rock. Roman. What the fuck was Roman Reigns in? Oh, he was in Fast and the Furious.
Was he?
Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh.
Is that where Hobbs fought the shark?
I don't know. I never watched those movies.
No, that was the Meg. That was the Meg.
And Steve Austin.
Oh, he was in a couple movies.
Yeah, but I mean, so I guess it's really only those 3 dudes, man.
Oh, I guy who wasn't Terry Funk in a bunch of them?
I don't know.
He was in Roast, wasn't he? Terry Funk?
Maybe.
I thought he was a bad guy in a bunch of movies.
I know that Mick Foley was in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh my God, Terry Funk! I remember that dude.
Yeah, I think he was a bad guy in a bunch of movies. I'm pretty sure he was. I might be wrong, but I thought he was in Road like him.
He looks like one of them dudes that probably always looked old. Like even when he was young, he probably looked old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know that Mick Foley was in Avatar: Last Airbender, Jed?
I never watched it.
Yeah, you watched Avatar: Last Airbender.
Not the live action.
No, I'm talking about the show.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
He played the boulder. Remember when they went to Earth Rumble 6 when he met Toph? Was that earthbending?
Yes. Yes, I remember.
Thing that was like a wrestling show? Yeah, there was a character called the Boulder who was supposed to be very much like, it was supposed to be The Rock. And he even talked like The Rock in the third person. It's like,
that's voice acting count,
that was actually...
Is that really like, wrestler acting? Does it?
Yeah, it counts. Yeah,
because they had that whole Hulk Hogan cartoon there in the 80s, if you remember.
Yeah, but that wasn't voiced by Hulk Hogan.
No, it was the whole crew, weren't they?
No, it wasn't.
All those guys? Are you sure?
No, they didn't. No, I'm pretty sure none of them voiced characters in that show.
Mr. T voiced Mr. T in the Athletic Kids, whatever show that was.
Mr. T and the T-Force?
That's what it was, T-Force.
I don't know, I just made that up.
Is it? Did you? I don't know. No.
I know there was Mr. T I know there was Mr. T cartoon, but I don't know what it was called.
He was just hanging out with a bunch of gymnastic kids and a dog.
Yeah, I remember that. And I remember the dog had a mohawk. I remember Chuck Norris and Karate Commandos.
It was called, here, I got it right here. It was called Mr. T.
That's it. That was it. Didn't the kids have a fucking group name or something like that?
Called Mr. T.
Like the Planeteers type of thing.
It doesn't say anything about that here on the wiki page.
Because why wasn't it called Mr. T?
Do you remember the Mr. T cereal?
Yep. I pity the pofu who don't eat my cereal.
Fucking little yellow tea, fucking Captain Crunch, fucking.
I wonder if they wanted to call it like Mr. T and the something, and Mr. T shut it down. No. It's just Mr. T. That's it. Just Mr. T. Period.
No, it's Mr. T. It's Mr. Period. Capital T.
Oh shit, man. What's next?
The third trailer.
I didn't know what to make of that one. The Peripheral.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what to make of that one.
It's like weird and wacky, like the Westworld creators made.
Is that like associated like a virtual reality thing, or
looks like it's a next step?
Yeah,
looks like it's more in the future though, because it seems like a lot of other technology, like old, like Roombas are obsolete type of thing.
Yeah,
like what was that fucking
obsolete?
What was that movie with Tom and Gene Simmons where they were like in the future and he was a cop?
Hunter? No. Something Hunter. It was, I think, City Hunter. I can't remember.
He was going after like Runaway Robot. No, Runaway. That's what it was called.
Runaway. Yeah. Okay.
Fucking Gene Simmons was the bad guy. He had a bullet that would go around corners and shit. That's like that. Like everybody has like fucking robots in now.
I'm Gene Simmons, and
I got a mullet. You play a good bad guy.
Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
Gene Simmons try to like find a way to market Kiss like in the script. Have to have like Kiss merchandise and shit, like product promotion.
One of the best stories you could look up on YouTube and listen to is Stan Lee talking about how they made the Kiss comic and how they had the band come in and put their blood in the ink press when they were making the comics.
Because why wouldn't they?
Because why wouldn't they? Yeah, that's great.
It's such a good story to listen to. Listen to Stan Lee tell it. It's so good. He's like, and then they came in and I didn't know what they were doing, but then they cut themselves and put the blood right in the ink wells. What? It was really funny. Yeah, so like every comic that was made and printed had a part of their blood in it or something.
I wonder if you can get their DNA from it now.
That technically means that Gene Simmons owns all those comic books.
I don't think that's how that works.
Somehow, Gene Simmons will find a way to make it work.
What do you think about this, Levy?
It's got Chloe Grace Moretz in it, so might be worth a watch.
Yeah. Has anybody at all watched the last season of Westworld? Because I haven't. I forgot there was one.
I started and like I just never got back to it. I like watched the first or second episode.
Yeah.
I think we watched 2 episodes, got 2 episodes in, and then we just never got back to it.
That's how it was with the second season of C with fucking and seasons out. And I was like, oh shit.
I can't be told about that show without laughing.
Nah. Ain't got no kids here that can see.
That's all I ever think of whenever someone mentions that show, man.
Speaking of Dave Bautista, he was in the second season.
Well, yeah, I remember that.
So, I don't really have, like I said, I don't have any news or anything like that I can think about to go over. I know the new Black Adam trailer came out today. I haven't seen it. Mike,
you gonna go see that movie?
I'd say Mike's not very thrilled about that movie anyway. There's a lot
gonna go see Black Adam.
A lot of Marvel rumors going around. It's gonna be announced at D20.
Yeah, D23. Yeah,
I hear that Henry Cavill's. They were trying to get him to play somebody, but
that is a rumor.
Probably Superman. How funny would it be if they got him to play Sentry?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Sentry or Hyperion or one of the Marvel Supermen. Yeah,
that would be kind of silly to do that.
Yeah,
it's a Marvel thing to do.
No, I heard he's going to be cast for Loki season 2 or something.
I would think he'd be a bad guy. That's what I want him to play. Denzel is also a rumor to be cast.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Who?
Denzel Washington.
Huh.
How funny would it be if they just cast Henry Cavill to be somebody building a computer?
Just random.
Did you ever see the video of him building his computer?
Yeah.
And that kind of went viral a couple years ago.
Well, that's because no one realized he was a big fucking nerd, and he played like, was it Warcraft?
April knew.
Yeah, I'm sure she did.
She always whenever the topic of Henry Cavill's nerdiness comes up, she always tells me the story of how he almost missed the Superman audition because he was raiding in World of Warcraft.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, she's very, very eager to tell that story. So,
oh, Mike, I wanted to tell you something. I can't remember the fucking comic now. I'm gonna have to look it up real quick. Do you remember? Was it Jay Lee? Is that it? Not Jim Lee. Jay Lee.
Jay Lee.
Jay Lee. Yeah.
He did more, and then he did. I think he did the G.I. Joe Transformers, right?
The one set in World War II.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He was writing. He's drawing a new comic, and it's really good. And I gotta find the name of it. It's about like this. The world's kind of like adopted these guys as like saviors, like the second coming type of thing. But his art is like top notch. His art is so unique, man. He's just one of them dudes. Like as soon as you see it, you know who it is. It looks angry. Like his line work looks angry. I don't know how much sense that'd make to a lot of people, but that'd be the best way I could describe it.
I'm gonna be honest. I was never a big fan of his artwork.
Really?
Never. Wow. The only time I actually thought his artwork was good and was actually pleasing to the eye for me was the Transformers G.I. Joe miniseries that he did.
When he did,
the only time
when he did Namor, I was like, that's the first time I saw his art, and I was like, wow, this is really good. The name of the comic is called Seven Sons.
Seven Sons, spelled just like it sounds.
Yes.
I'm looking at it.
Like seven son of a seven son.
Mm-hmm. Oops.
Oh, and you want to talk about vampire movies? Did you watch the Jamie Foxx Vampire Hunter movie?
No.
I gotta finish it. I fell asleep, man, but I didn't fall asleep because I wasn't into it. It was just really fucking late. It was really late, and but I loved what I saw. I just didn't make it all the way through. But it's not exactly how I thought it would be. Like it's still, man. I wish I would have finished it. We'd be able to talk about it. I'll finish it before the next one.
Okay.
I only gotta watch half. I saw Thor.
Love and Thunder.
Yeah. I felt the same way about Thor that I did about Outback. Like it was okay. I mean, it was fine, you know? Like it was.
Yeah.
How about Prey?
Prey, I didn't get to see it.
Wow. You're choosing all the wrong movies first. I just watched Top Gun the other night.
Maverick?
That was fantastic.
Yeah, it was.
That was really good. The only thing I didn't like about it is how I kept changing the aspect ratio throughout the film, but I got used to it after a while. But that was a really good movie. I liked that a lot.
Yeah, that was just the right amount of nostalgia.
It was like, you know, when they were filming the cockpit scenes, you could I could feel the G forces with them when they were going, you know, around the. I was like, wow, this is just really good. I liked it a lot. I asked Sean, I said, did you see that yet? He's like, I didn't even see the first one yet. I missed that.
What?
I said, well, he's like, I tried to watch it. He's like, he's like, I turned it off. He's like, are they all gay for each other or something? I said, yeah, it was for the 80s. I think they were. He must have got to the volleyball scene.
Yeah.
But no, that was a really good movie. I liked that. And I watched Obi-Wan Kenobi documentary that came out yesterday. That was pretty good too, or this morning. It was nice to see, like, you know, Hayden Christensen come back and him talking to Ewan McGregor, and you know how they carry these characters for 20 some years since, you know, episode 1 came out and all that stuff. And it was cool because they had a lot of behind the scenes stuff with Alec Guinness and George Lucas, like back in the first episode. The first movie, and it was some cool shit that I didn't see before. And Ewan McGregor, when he was like still, you know, mullet, you know, all kind of looking, and he was like walking. That's what George Lucas is looking at shit. Fucking like hunched over, like he was a fucking a crackhead or some shit. It was pretty good stuff. And they had this really nice tag at the end, which was him and Hayden Christensen showing up at the Star Wars celebration, and like the whole fucking crowd going crazy, people crying, and you know, their hands on their mouths, and like even those good dudes were like, they're all like red eyed from like, it was just like a really emotional thing that went down. And I was like, wow, I'm like, that's pretty cool. That was good. That was a good 1 hour thing. You guys watching anything cool and new lately?
What have I seen recently? I mean, it's House of the Dragon.
Yeah,
the show's been fantastic so far.
I liked the 3rd episode. That was good.
Yeah, Matt Smith is just absolutely fantastic in that show. I really dig his character.
Which one is he?
Daemon Targaryen. He is the brother to the king.
Yeah. So listen, man, Game of Thrones, I don't know how they do it, but they are picking out hate the face guys at a top-notch level. Mm-hmm. Like the original series, this series, like it didn't take long for that dude to get under my skin, man.
Who, Daemon?
Yeah.
No, Daemon's awesome.
He's a great character, don't get me wrong, but he's a hate the face. He's definitely a hate the face.
I thought you were gonna. Well, oh, that's right. You haven't watched the third season yet, or third episode yet.
No, not yet.
The guy that played the Lannister. He's a fucking. They cast him well, or he acted that part really well.
Yeah, he's a hate the face.
Yeah, like just an entitled fucking snob.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
I've been watching The Lord of the Rings of Power.
I saw the first episode.
It's good. I like it.
Yeah.
You just gotta be like a normal person and just take it for what it is instead of trying to be all Tolkien historic,
mm-hmm.
and say, well, you don't do it that way. That's wrong and blah, blah.
Is this the one of the people who were complaining about the elves?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. You got it. Correct.
Correctamundo.
Those are the same people that complain. They're like, I didn't know there were black people in England. Those are the same people. What?
Wow.
Didn't realize that. I thought all my, it's the people that don't move further than 10 miles from where they were born. They just stay in their little bubble. No offense to anybody that didn't move 10 miles from where they were born.
Yeah, I was just doing the math, and I'm like, wait a second.
Well, you are racist, so it doesn't, it kind of goes hand in hand, I guess, right, Levy?
Yeah, absolutely.
That'll be the name of this episode. Mike's racist.
Mike's a racist.
Yep.
You guys are fucking idiots.
That'll be the subtitle. How about any anime stuff, man? Been watching any of that?
I watched the first episode of Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Oh, did you like it?
Yeah, it seemed okay. Just need to sit down and watch the rest of it.
Levy's getting all Gundammed.
I couldn't get into that.
No?
Tyler tried to turn me onto it a while ago, and I watched a bunch of episodes and shit, and I was just like, I don't know.
It was only 3 episodes. Or no, wait, that's Endless Waltz.
Yeah.
I can't remember if Iron-Blooded Orphans. I thought it was a 3-part OVA.
Iron-Blooded Orphans is like 2 seasons.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah. I'm thinking of Endless Waltz. That's one I saw.
Gundam Wing?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then Gundam Wing also had its own long-running series too, right? Yeah.
I do not know the history of all those and how they interconnect. Yeah. I just watched it as a one-off, and I enjoyed it because it seemed like it was very separate from the rest of stuff. Like I said, the animation was fantastic in that. Oh, I saw today that the Chainsaw Man anime is going to be coming out, I think, in the middle of October.
Yeah, so I should really write that down somewhere because that's one of those ones, man. If when you see it, just try to think of me.
I will. I'll let you know.
Yeah,
it might be. I'm not sure if it might be just be Japanese only until they redub it, but
I'll be all right with something like that. I'll be all right with watching in Japanese. I'll just watch it again when it comes in English, man. I watched a bunch of that Fist of the North Star shit, and everything past like episode 36 is all Japanese. Sorry, with English subtitles or whatever, and I just got like, there's no English versions of that shit out there, so I had no choice but to watch some of this shit in Japanese, and like it's fine. Like I'd prefer the dub, but I'm cool with the original with the subtitles too, if I have to.
A lot of that translation back in those 90s, early 2000 shows were not accurate at all. Like the voice actors made a lot of shit up, and they did the English translation.
Yeah, they're inaccurate, and then depending on the copy that you get, sometimes the subtitles are fucking goofy too. Like you catch the gist of what they're trying to say, but it's like, yeah, that's not what they're saying. Like people don't talk like that, you know. It's kind of like, I don't know, because you know when you like other languages and shit like that, the words aren't necessarily in the same order that they would be in English. So sometimes like you see a lot of that stuff kind of making no sense or whatever.
Like I like to watch most of my shows with subtitles on anyway, even if it's in English. But like a lot of anime, I can't do that because the subtitles don't match the English dub, and I can't stand that.
Yeah, it's a different translation.
Yeah, so yeah, I can't stand when the I can't have the subtitles on when they don't match the actual spoken dialogue. So,
did you guys watch Rick and Morty?
I have not. Haven't watched I haven't watched Rick and Morty in like fucking years.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Star Trek Lower Deck again.
Yeah.
I'm sure you didn't catch up on that one yet either.
No, I never got past the first season, even though it's a fucking fantastic show.
Did you guys? Are you guys still watching She-Hulk?
Yes.
I just watched the first episode. I finished up Miss Marvel though, but I watched the first episode of She-Hulk so far.
What? How did you feel about Miss Marvel since you watched the whole thing?
It was decent. Like it was like I enjoyed it. I didn't love it, and I wouldn't say that it is. It's on my lower, like if I had to rate all the Marvel TV shows from top to the bottom. Like it's definitely not in the top half, but I still enjoyed it. It wasn't a bad series.
Levy, I'm still thinking it's probably the best one.
Ms. Marvel?
Really? Miss Marvel?
I wouldn't go that far.
What
it was enjoyable.
What do you think is the number one Disney Plus TV?
I liked Falcon and Winter Soldier, man.
Yeah, I like that too. But I think Miss Marvel was
Loki was so fucking good, man.
Yeah, Loki was good. It's hard to pick, but yeah.
Loki was good. I enjoyed Moon Knight. Moon Knight was good.
I thought Miss Marvel was better than Moon Knight.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
It was still definitely like, because it was. I just watched it for what it was. Like it was definitely. I don't know that we were in the demographic of old dudes or whatever watching the show, as opposed to like. I don't want to say it was for kids, but it was definitely aimed at a younger audience, I thought. But I just watched it for what it was.
Most Disney shows are aimed for like a younger audience. But
yeah,
I'm just saying,
you know what I mean.
Quality direction, story wise, I thought it was definitely like really well done. Like you can't tell me like the first episode how they were integrating the camera work, the story, and that was like really good. No,
I didn't say it wasn't good. I just don't think
it was the bottom half of the list.
Yeah, but I followed that up by saying that I enjoyed it. I just think that I liked a lot of the other shows better.
Yeah, I think all around, I think it was just really well produced, more so than the other ones. I mean, the other ones were they had like those slow spots and episodes, and it was kind of just by the numbers type of stuff. You go back and you look at it again and you're like, yeah, it was good, but there was like a lot of stuff that was just kind of, you could have cut it out. But overall, like Marvel was like well done with everything. But that's my opinion.
Levy, what do you think
about Ms. Marvel?
Curious. Yeah, about Ms. Marvel.
I enjoyed it. I didn't think it was the best Marvel show out there, but it was good. I've liked all the Marvel shows so far. I know that's not a popular thing to say, but
so do I. Like, and I'm not even being a Marvel apologist, to be honest with you. Like, but I still did, and I enjoyed them to different levels. There's definitely ones that I enjoyed more than others. Even Hawkeye was fucking entertaining, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
and Hawkeye it's like they got
great until it got to the end. Then it went to shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
I did not enjoy it. I did not enjoy the last episode at all. It was just too. It was like it was just too much. It was like they had a really good thing going with like him and the whole Kate Bishop dynamic stuff, and then it just got really like stupid and fucking silly. and they're like, let's fucking, make a fucking arrow, fucking do this and do that, and we'll have 45 arrows flying through the air, and hey, let's shrink in this fucking van and have a fucking owl fly away with them. It was just too much. It was like they had too much. They tried to top it, like make a big, like, like how you have fireworks display and like, oh wow, that's nice, and then like halfway through they shoot off like 4 or 5 of them, like, oh, that's, wow, are they gonna do the finale? Oh no, not yet, they have a little bit more left, and then the big finale's at the end. This like,
you sound like you were angry when you started watching this episode, Jed.
I didn't. I thought it was going to end a lot. I thought they were going to keep it more. What's the word I'm looking for? More street level than what they did at the end. They went a little too over the top for me.
All right, I hear you. I don't know that makes it suck. I just think that you don't like the direction it went in.
I didn't. I thought.
You think that makes it be
over the whole series?
Yeah,
it kind of ruined the whole series. Yeah.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I get it. Like, I hear you. I just don't.
It's like, you're watching a good show, and then the last episode, but it was all a dream, or something stupid like that, Or
Game of Thrones, or they Game of Thrones it,
That's a good point.
Game of Thrones it. Is that the new Munson when you Game of Thrones something when you fuck the ending up?
That's a good example.
Should probably explain where that term came from, because people are going to think that we're talking about Eddie Munson from Stranger Things.
If people are listening to this, they're our age. They know fucking Kingpin, man. Kingpin's a classic.
You can't assume everything.
Kingpin is a straight classic.
That whole Echo side story too, kind of was like, It was. I don't know.
So you're not going to be tuning into her solo series?
No, I will, because it's just like, but that, like, the way it ended it, it was just stupid. It was, and then they had Kingpin like fucking throwing Kate Bishop around, like she didn't get her fucking arm or back broken from half of that shit.
Well, once you become a superhero, Jed, you get
again. I thought we could keep it street level. Like, they were explaining like why Hawkeye had his fucking ear blown out. Why he was all fucked up. Like the first Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck did the same thing. Like, why is fucking Daredevil taking 45 fucking painkillers? Because he's not a fucking superhero. He doesn't bounce around, Right. And they made everybody end at the end, and I was like, man, the Game of Thrones it. Thank you, Levy. I'll keep using that term. But anyway, so is that all the stuff that you guys watched? Everything cool?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I've been going back and watching Hellsing Ultimate again, just because it's fucking awesome.
I got to a part and I like got away from it, and I haven't gotten back to it yet. Back when they were having the whole big Nazi thing. And they were like invading the was it England, I think? Yeah. And he like showed his true self and all that stuff. And it was like at that, I haven't watched the rest of them since then. Huh. I've been tied up with other shows and other shit, I guess. I gotta get back to that. Oh, Levy, Cobra Kai dropped today too, right?
Yeah.
Right?
We're gonna try and sit down and watch it this weekend.
I still haven't watched the last season.
Really?
Yeah.
It was good. Love that show.
I think they Game of Thrones that.
What?
After the first season, I think they Game of Thrones it.
No.
I'm just giving you shit, Levy, because I know you love that show.
Cobra Kai is quality TV.
That's like CW fucking TV. Well, host, let's keep this train wreck rolling.
Who was next?
After weird news.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so, you ready for weird news?
Yes. I was born ready for weird news. It's my favorite part of the show.
I have 2 stories tonight. The first one, in 1983, a professor gave a urology conference presentation nobody would forget for decades. This comes from IFL Science. In 1983, Dr. Giles Brinley gave a urology conference talk in Las Vegas that attendees would remember for decades later for reasons that will quickly become apparent. So he was giving a conference talk, and he, being in the field of urology, he had a lot of pictures. And It was a lot of pictures of penises.
As in
and
would be.
Yeah. So he, let me see here. He was trying to, I guess, conduct experiments on using, where is it? The effects of injecting vasoactive agents to induce an erection. He explained that he didn't have access to an appropriate animal model and had decided to go instead down the route of self-testing.
Oh, no.
He had begun injecting his penis with various vasoactive agents, including papaverine, phenethylamine, and several others. The pictures that he was displaying on these slides during the slideshow were, in fact, his own penis in various states of erection.
He sent the first dick pics.
I was going to say this is the origin of patient zero dick pic.
The pictures he was displaying were before and after shots of his own flaccid and erect penis.
Any takers?
This amazingly was preamble before the big show. Their words.
Well, yeah.
The professor wanted to make his case in the most convincing style possible. He indicated that, in his view, no normal person would find the experience of giving a lecture to a large audience to be erotically stimulating or erection-inducing. He said, therefore, injected himself with papaverine in his hotel room before coming to give the lecture, and deliberately wore loose clothing, i.e. a tracksuit, to make it possible to exhibit the results. He stepped around the podium and pulled his loose pants tight up around his genitalia in an attempt to demonstrate his erection. However, he looked down and disappointed at the bulge before remarking, "Unfortunately, this doesn't display the results clearly enough," and then dropped his trousers and underpants, revealing a long, thin, clearly erect penis.
Long, very descriptive.
The room was as shocked as you would expect. He then said, with gravity, "I'd like to give some of the audience the opportunity to confirm the degree of tumescence."
Of what?
Tumescence.
Women on the left, men on the right.
Oh, no, tumescence. It's the a term for rigidity, erection, stiffness.
I thought that was the shit that they were after in Voltron.
No, he wanted them to come up and touch it.
Yeah. He waddled towards the front of the stage with his pants around his ankles like someone caught short in a toilet attempting to retrieve a toilet roll from an upstairs cupboard. It was here that several people in the front row, some of whom could have been partners of urologists attending a lecture for the evening ball, began to scream.
Eureka.
Yeah. I don't think that's what they were screaming. Pulled abruptly back to a row where pulling your penis out is not merely seen as an interesting academic point. Brindley yanked his trousers back up and immediately terminated the lecture.
Oh, so misunderstood.
Yeah.
He's a pioneer. He was a scientific pioneer, Levy.
Mm-hmm.
He pulled his little pea shooter. Shader, guys. This is for science.
Yeah.
Touch it. Feel it.
The article ends by saying sometimes it's best to stick to a nice graph. So, and in some local news from WFMZ.com.
Oh shit.
Fast food.
Is that Philly?
No, it's local. Lehigh Valley news.
Oh, okay.
69 news.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what FMZ was.
69 news. Nice.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so fast food coworkers behind train track tampering. So apparently, this is from the township of Tilden in Pennsylvania. A man accused of risking a catastrophe by tampering with railroad equipment in northern Berks County didn't act alone. Tilden Township investigators identified a woman who helped the gentleman in tampering with the railroad tracks. Both of them worked at a fast food restaurant on Route 61. While they were driving through here, she dropped him off. He exited the vehicle. He placed a shunt on the track. He got back in the car with her, and they proceeded to work.
A what on a track? A shunt. The fuck is that?
It's a piece of whatever that connects two other pieces.
It was intended to disrupt the operation of the railroad track gates. Basically, what it did was it prevented the sensors from detecting a train coming, and the gates would not drop.
Oh shit!
Or I'm not sure if that was their intended purpose of putting it on there, but that's what it did. And I mean, they intended to fuck with it in some way. I'm just not sure if that they actually specifically intended for it to fuck up the gates.
So it's like an electronics thing. If you have two wires or two circuit paths going, and you put a piece of metal that connects the two that they're not supposed to connect, they call that a shunt.
Right. Got it.
So, fortunately, no, they didn't cause an accident or a collision or anything like that. It was all caught on surveillance camera.
Dumbasses.
But when they were asked why they did it, they said that their intentions were if the gates could malfunction. Oh, I guess they did intend to fuck with the gates. If the gates could malfunction, they could somehow block traffic. Then that would prevent people from getting to Wendy's, and they wouldn't have they could have a slow night at work.
Wow.
Oh my god.
You remember what I was saying earlier
about how getting stupider?
Yes,
stupider. People are getting stupider.
Well, now they could be facing considerable jail time, especially if they decide to try and say it was a terrorist act, and that he could be looking they could be looking at 20 years in prison because they wanted a slow night at work.
How would they say that's a terrorist act? That's kind of a stretch, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, but you know,
they should.
They probably won't get that. But
they're like,
still, they could be looking at significant jail time.
Just look at my clients. Do they look like they're smart enough to be terrorists?
They should have just ran into the Capitol with a pitchfork. They would have got off later.
Not if you ask the last couple of guys that got sentenced. Yeah. Shit. That cop got sentenced to 10 years. The other guy that threatened his children got like 7 or 8 years.
Bro, there was a thing. I saw a thing on there. I thought it was a joke, but I saw it was on like MSNBC and shit. They had some sort of rally somewhere. I didn't catch all the details or whatever, but some lady was giving a speech, and she was trying to put together this like support group for people that raided the Capitol on the 6th. And she was there on behalf of her nephew who got arrested and is supposed to serve some crazy ass amount of time. And then they showed pictures of this kid, and he looked like Hitler. Did you see that, dude?
No.
He looked like fucking Hitler. He had the fucking hair combed the same way, the little mustache and the whole nine. And I'm like, this has to be some sort of fucking joke, but it was legit as fuck.
Wow.
Yeah.
I used to laugh when my friends, when I first moved down to Philadelphia to work. Yeah. And they used to say there's Philadelphia, there's Pittsburgh, and everything else in between is Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I've heard Pennsylvania. Yeah.
And I was like, I used to say like, well, Allentown and Bethlehem, those are like cities, and they used to look at me and laugh. They're like, those aren't really cities. I'm like, oh, okay.
Wait, I just found a picture of this kid. Wait till you see this fucking picture, dude. You're gonna be like, what in the fuck?
Wow.
He looks kind of like Scotty a little bit, doesn't he?
Little Scott? I don't see that.
You don't see it at all? Oh, just a little bit? I mean, not minus the Hitler stash.
Minus the whole Hitler thing he's got going on. Doesn't he look like...
Yeah. Get the hair and the stash. And he looks like he's ready to do the Sing Heil thing there. He's
I mean, apparently it's by design. He didn't just like look at himself in the mirror and say, this is a good look. Like he was going for something.
Do you think this all happened by accident?
I was gonna say, like, they caught him doing the Pledge of Allegiance, and he was mad about it.
I mean, what the fuck goes on in your head? So, you know, like, look at this fucking dude, man.
A lot of racism. A lot of racism.
Yeah, so apparently his aunt thinks that they should be a little more lenient on him.
On Adolf Jr. here?
On Adolf Jr.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyways, should we move on to toy news?
That'd be great.
Yeah, get away from the
Hitler
impersonator news.
Nazi news.
Our stocks will rise. Oh shit, man. Let's see. Ooh, so we have this. Hang on a second.
Can't wait to see. Ooh.
We got some pictures of Rewind. Oculus Max Rewind.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I can't see anything other than fucking Adolf Jr. there, man.
Wait, hang on. I'll keep posting pictures until he goes away.
Well, I can delete it if you want. Here, I'll remove it for you. There you go.
So there's robot mode.
No stashes.
No.
Did we see Rewind before somewhere?
We saw renders.
Oh. This is
the first that I think we've seen an actual figure.
He wasn't at like a show. I thought Nate said maybe it wasn't Nate. I thought that somebody said they saw something. It wasn't at like TFCon Canada or anything like that, was it?
Maybe just a resin prototype. Maybe.
Okay.
My memory is foggy, but maybe that might have been what it is.
Okay.
So we got like what looks like a full color test shot here.
Well, that should be in a couple months then, huh? Hopefully.
You would think. It looks close.
We've seen the other two, right?
Ramhorn. Did we see Ramhorn yet?
I thought wasn't that one of the, I keep getting confused with like the Fans Toys tapes that came out. We
definitely saw a render of Ramhorn, but I can't remember if we actually saw a figure. I know Steeljaw has been making the rounds. They had he was at a show, wasn't he? He was at BotCon.
There you go.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
What else went on? Oh yeah. So copy this quick.
Hey, did Eject and Rewind, did they have like gold guns or something like that?
They had, I think in G1 they came with both. Like you either got one with silver weapons or you got one with gold weapons, if I remember correctly.
Because didn't Steeljaw have gold guns on his sides?
Steeljaw had gold ones, yeah. I think it was just the robots. I think it was the two robots that came with either or. If
okay.
Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it was.
Got it.
Up next, that's the Fans Hobby Darkwing.
Looks like the Beetle from Spider-Man.
Yeah, I kind of like how they have his wings laid out there. That's not how it was in the toy. Like he had him kind of more tucked back and shit, but that's kind of a cool look, little unique looking, and they're probably adjustable. I'm imagining.
I'm assuming stocky.
Yeah, he's like
a toy thing only, right? He wasn't in any type of media.
Darkwing and Dreadwind were in Master Force.
Okay.
They were known as Buster and Hydra.
They were also colored differently in Japan, right?
They were colored slightly differently. Most of the main colors were the same, but like some of the trim was different colors. They like reds mixed in.
I just remember those characters from Transformers Prime because I don't remember them. They were past my. They came out way later.
They never showed up in the American cartoon. They were like Japanese. They were Master Force only.
What was he turned into? A plane? I'm assuming.
Yeah. He turns into a jet. Dreadwind turns into a jet, and then those jets combine into like this super jet. Oh. But not in robot mode, which is kind of cool. I kind of dig that a little bit.
Was that the what were those two? What were those? What was that series called? When the one would combine with the other was just the two robots. Yeah, it was actually the beginning of the one animation for season 4, I think.
Duocons?
Is it Duocons?
Duocons is two vehicles that combine into
flywheels and
yeah, that was a commercial. That was a cool like animated commercial they made out of that. Not a TV show.
All the commercials were awesome. They were all like Japanese animation and shit, man.
Yeah.
And then the cartoon, not so much. Got some pics from, oh shit, what is that? I just sent you the same shit. Hang on. No, fuck. Oops. All right, up next. That should be a link to the X-Transbots Orion packs.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
I think it looks good too. It's interesting that they did him kind of like the basic Cup vehicle, but then they gave him kind of like a Rodimus Prime trailer.
Yeah, I mean, reuse whatever they could, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing. They don't have a Rodimus Prime. I mean, a lot of people were like speculating, this might be remolded into a Rodimus. I don't know. I guess it's basically in the shape, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But Levy's still awake?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. What else did they have at BotCon? They had, see anything of any interest. Did you guys see that Alpha Trion that Jay did?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Crazy, man. Here's another picture from TFCon. This is Rewind and Steeljaw. Or actually, no. Eject. That's the blue one. I love how when you see him in the cases, look at his Steeljaw's feet are all fucked up and shit. It's like in a hurry to get that show started, just throwing the in there. I don't have any other Transformer news. There was other shit at TFCon, but most of the stuff was stuff that we've seen already, like the Double Dealer and a couple other things and stuff. But that was all the kind of new reveal stuff.
He does have gold guns in that picture.
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
Awesome.
Anybody else got anything?
Oh, I don't think so. I haven't heard anything special lately. Yeah.
Trying to think if there was some stuff. I've seen a lot of random things there's a bunch of stuff coming out, but nothing I've been really interested in. I saw like a bunch of Legends things got released. I saw a DC series, like, a whole wave got released. Oh, I hear you guys. What is NECA?
Huh? What is what?
NECA stand for?
Could not tell you.
I don't know.
Did you guys know it actually stood for something?
I knew it stood for something, but I didn't know what.
So what does it stand for?
I'm not telling you.
Fucking dickhead.
Name of is authority.
Still don't. We still don't know.
None of that.
Come on, Headroom. Give it to us again. Jed don't know either.
Lost it. Looked it up. It's like hold on. That's why I'm
National Electrical Contractors Association.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, National
Entertainment
Collectibles Association.
Got it.
Yeah.
I think you made that up, Jed.
No, it's right there it's right there in the internet, Levy.
Oh.
You know what they say.
If it's on the internet, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to. It's in my loot. But that MLDX 30 Prime came out, and then the Megatron went up for pre-order, and they showed like a Nemesis Prime version, of course. Black repaint. Gotta milk the money. But that looks. I have to get that shipped. I'm trying to think if there was anything else.
I got a few Joes waiting. Storm Shadow and who the hell else? Oh, Storm Shadow and Croc Master. What was the crocodile? What was the crocodile's name again? It was a girl's name, wasn't it?
Larry.
Yeah, Larry. Yeah.
Nancy. I have no idea.
I want to say Lucy. Hang on. Fiona. I was way off.
Fiona.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't remember that character.
Crocmaster?
Yep. Don't remember that at all.
He might have been one of them one episode guys.
Yeah.
or comic book only. No, he was in the cartoon. Oh no, that's just was he in the cartoon?
Oh, should he have been in the cartoon?
No, comics.
Oh, the Emmys were out and stuff like that, and that animation Arcane, they won a bunch of Emmys.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah,
especially as best animation or whatever titles, the #1 animation or whatever. But yeah, that's kind of cool. I've been watching their documentary too on their YouTube channel. That's pretty good. But like I know like Hot Toys dropped a couple of new stuff. Honestly, I can't
love your report. Yeah. What's the next headline? Hot Toys dropped a couple of stuff.
Don't remember what they are, but look cool. Can't afford it. No, can't think of anything else.
So let's go on to Q&A.
I don't think we got anything, do we?
No. Oh my God. Are we going to get out of here at fucking 11:15? Are you kidding me?
Let's take a look here. Blackout and Shout. Review changes to your page. No. Got a like from Lorianne. Got a like from Lorianne Vargo.
Yeah. That's just automatic anymore now.
Yeah. No, I got no
Word.
questions.
I got banned from Facebook for doing ads. There's that.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
They banned me for life now.
Why?
What?
I ran an ad for Hidden Toys, for Hot Toys, for Hidden Toys, right? And and they were like, oh, you violated our policy, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like I've done this like twice before, and never any problem. So you did the whole challenge thing, and they came back like a day later, and it's like, yeah, you are banned. You is definitely a violation of policy, and I'm like, the fuck did I do? And I'm like looking at it, I'm like, no, that's not. So here in my videos, I have like the little icons like they do, like you have on your phone in the video. Mm-hmm. Like I have a Facebook one and an Instagram one and like a Etsy one. Apparently that is association of product with their logo. And that is a ban on that's I guess a big no-no because they don't want to be like related or associated with your product.
Wow, that's weird. I mean, I get it, but I don't know how that.
No warning at all. They just ban you straight up.
Yeah.
I had to go through the policies to kind of figure out what the fuck which policy it was. I'm like, all right, well, it's definitely not political. I'm like, there's no hate or violence here. I'm like, where's the fuck? There's like, oh, no. I'm like,
so your account has been banned permanently.
That seems a little harsh.
From making ads. Yeah.
Oh.
Just ads, just from making ads. So I can't make any more ads with Facebook or Instagram. So, well, whatever. Fuck you. You don't want my $20? That's fine. I thought it was because of, like it was like, how you get free 20 or whatever, right? And I ended the campaign like a day early or whatever. I thought I got pissed off because I didn't use like the extra $5 or whatever the fuck it was, and what's going on. But yeah, apparently you can't use their logos in anything, because that's the only thing I found in the policies that I violated. And I was like, all right, well, whatever, fuck. I'm just not as ads. That's fine. I should just fucking be like Facebook sponsored by Facebook and Instagram.
make that the title of this episode.
Yeah, subdivision of Facebook, Hidden Toys.
We played, I forgot to tell you guys, we played the nudist colony last Saturday.
That's a regular case for you.
I think we only played one other time there this year. Last year I feel like we played there a couple more times, but this year I think it was only twice. It's amazing how like quickly you become desensitized.
Mm-hmm.
Like halfway through the first set, it's like, all right, there's just people out there with, some are like fully nude, some just have no pants on, and it's like it just goes away. It's weird.
No, shirts but no pants.
Some of them, that's always the weirdest outfit to me.
Yeah.
It's like, which Disney was it? Was it Donald? Which one had the shirt with the no pants? Was it Donald Duck?
Donald Duck, yeah.
It's like that's the first thing that comes into my head, man, every time I see it. It's like, you know what? If you're gonna have no pants on, like just go to full mile, you know? Like,
yeah.
Why bother with the fucking shirt? Well, completely nude is too creepy.
Yeah. It's like shirt, cowboy hat, cowboy boots, but no pants.
No, yeah. Seriously, what sense does that make?
Oh, I got mustard on it when I was eating. It's in the wash.
Oh shit, man. Yeah, it's always like a weird mix of like people that are completely clothed, and then you got like some that are topless, and then some that are like completely nude, but like the outlier is the one with the shirt and no pants on.
What's the percentage of completely nude versus partial nude?
Completely nude, I would say, was lower, maybe in like the 10 to 15, somewhere between 10 to 20%. Fully, but a lot of those people were kind of, they were like around the pool, because the pool's right there. We play like it's like right next to the pool where they got like the little shell, like band shell thing. But so there was people that were nude running around the pool, but like in front of the band, like not so many completely like nude people, you know. A lot of them were just kind of like topless, or they kind of had a lot of the chicks just kind of had their clothes like haphazardly thrown on, you know, and it would be like, you know, you roll out of bed and like one of your titties is just one of them is hanging out, you know, like a lot of that kind of, you know, it's just
like your bossy's hanging out.
Your bossy's hanging out. Levy, I'll tell you a funny story, man. I was like, so I'm not playing right now. I'm just singing. So I'm pretty much just fronting the band right now while my hand heals. So I just get in this habit. Like if I'm a front man, I start roaming around the crowd, and I just like I said, I'm desensitized to that shit after a while. But then you fucking realize half these fucking people are like naked or whatever. And I was telling these dudes that like every time I started walking through the crowd, it was like a corn maze. You know, and you get to the dick, and you be like, "Fuck," you know, and you got to turn around and go find another way through the fucking crowd. Oh shit, man. Yep. That's good times. We had we were completely dressed though, in case anybody was wondering.
Well, yeah, change it up next time.
Nah, we went to that the new beach the new beach felt like it was like normal. Like people were just like either naked or half naked or completely naked, but they were like next to the ocean. It made like more sense than, well, no, because some people are up in the woods and shit. I guess you'd be naked in the woods too. Like where does like if you're just like driving jet along a fucking road or whatever, like,
okay,
where are you less surprised to see somebody just naked, like by the beach or in the woods?
Beach, because at least they have a reason to like jump in the water, right? Not get their clothes wet. But the woods, you're like, is that a fucking fairy or fucking nymph or some shit like that? And the fucking coming out, you know?
You see somebody naked in the woods, is like something definitely went wrong.
Yeah, there's something wrong.
Yeah, but it could be just one of them, you know, one of them forest chicks, man. Just out there being forest chicks, man.
Yeah, forest one with nature, and then the people on the beach are mermaids.
Yeah, yeah. Naked with a purpose. I will say this: the crowd was a little younger this time.
I was gonna say, actually, yeah. What do you think is more unusual to see? Like an old dude running through the woods naked, or like a young chick running through the woods naked? You know,
what's more what? Wait, what?
Weird.
What's more? Oh, the old guy would add it down. Dude. Yeah, because he could, like, the chick is the only one that could pull off the farce and them shit, and you could buy it. You know, like they could both, in theory, be out there for the same reason,
right?
You know, but it's only okay for one of them.
That one sets off the Spidey sense. The other one really doesn't.
I'll say the spider sense off a little bit, but to different degrees. But definitely more an old naked man running through. Where's this conversation fucking going?
Is that Metallica's filming a new video or what's going on?
You see, you look over Lars. Sorry, guys. But you're high and you think he's a leprechaun, you know. So now you've seen an old naked man and a leprechaun.
See, now if I saw a naked dude running through the woods, like with blood on him and claws out of his hands, I'm like, oh, all right, that's that's normal.
follow that man. We're going on high adventures.
Right. But some just old dude like shambling along, you know, looking, and you know, well, he got lost.
Well, just wait. You got to look for the claws. He might be in the old man Logan universe.
Right. Yeah. Right.
See fucking old man Logan at the nudist colony with his bush because he can't trim his
right.
He just his bush looks just like the fucking hair on his head. His dick got that little like wings, those little wings on his side.
With his chops, like chops on his legs, you know.
No, the chops are on the balls.
I'm the best at what I do.
Can't wait to tell my girl I'm gonna trim my fucking. I'm gonna shave my fucking private parts in the fucking Wolverine hair, man. Oh shit! Thanks to everybody who stuck around for the end.
That's the stinger. We're gonna put that right in the beginning, right, Levy?
Oh yeah.
Levy's checked out a while ago.
Yeah.
Levy's like, what the fuck? What happened? We're getting out of here at 11:15, man.
Right. Time's ticking.
Time's a ticking. Are we out of here? Is everybody good?
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else except, hey, make sure you come to RetroCon in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Nope.
No.
Levy, anything?
Nah, I got nothing, man.
All right, enough's enough. We're out.